Hey there, spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of Pastatime with the Scaryish Podcast.
Woo!
I'm Robin Grace, this is Adam Diaz.
Hello.
Together we make the Scaryish Podcast.
I guess we do. We make it at the same time. I feel like you, the listener and viewer, are the ones who actually make the Scaryish
Podcast.
Podcast.
That's a good point. But we're the ones that record it, so hello.
Indeed.
So Pastatimes is what this episode is. Adam's gonna... Wait, do you want to tell us what Pastatime is?
Sure.
Okay.
You're doing a bang-up job, so I'll just take over.
You're welcome.
Here. Pastimes.
Wait, you didn't even say thank you. No. Okay. You go.
Did you want me to do this
No.
not?
Go.
Jesus. Pastatimes are the episodes where we go and read fictional short stories from the internet communities, including our own. Stuff like the SCP Foundation, Creepypasta, Reddit, anywhere else you might find some sort of a short story, horror-specific genre stuff. And, of course, the stuff that gets sent to us, which I should note, we have 2 of this episode. So we're going to be reading 4 creepypastas. 2 of them came, they are original from our audience, so thank you so much to those of you who sent those in. If you have a story that is fictional that you would like to send our way so that we can read it on the show, please email pastatime@scaryish.com. Robin, I don't know what to kick to you for Pastatimes. We usually just go straight into them.
Yeah. Who do you want to read first?
I mean, I can go ahead and read first. I don't mind.
All right.
So I'll be the first on this episode. So this first email, I guess it's an email. This first Pastime. Fuck! Margaret, shit.
Pasta.
This first creepypasta that we're going to read is from the wonderful Spooky Friends community, and it is from Amber. And it starts out like this. There's a note before the story letting us know this is a story I wrote back in high school. I sent it to the Discord a while ago, but if you would like to, you may read it on the podcast for Pastatime as well. So that's exactly what we're going to do. The story's name is The Silver Chain, which sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
Are there werewolves?
Are there what?
Are there werewolves? The Silver Chain.
Werewolves. They said wearables, but you're like drunk already, like werewolves.
I mean, the Silver Chain is probably a wearable.
A silver chain, it almost sounds like the Unbroken Chain. That's something from you're not going to get that. That's
is that a Wheel of Time? Oh,
that's
okay,
an Adventure Zone
okay.
reference. Okay, let's just keep going. Or start. Start would be good. Starts out like this. A few years ago, I met this girl in one of my classes. She was new that year and started a few weeks late. No one talked to her, and I thought I'd give her a chance, so I walked up to her one day before class and asked for her name. She said it was Kelly. I told her my name, and we continued talking until the bell rang. Turns out I also shared lunch with her, so I sat by her and we talked through the whole lunch period, and eventually we grew close. After a week, I knew everything about her, except for one thing. You see, Kelly wore this silver chain on her wrist every day. It was bare, and I was confused why she didn't add charms or anything. When I asked her, she responded by saying that she, quote, would get a few soon, and left it at that. I asked her every other day, and the answer was always the same. One day, I brought her a charm. She gratefully took it, but clipped it onto her backpack. I decided to stop asking for the time being. Instead, I tried to get her to befriend my friends, but she didn't talk or hang out with anyone except me.
I feel like this is going to turn out to be like, have you ever heard of that story where the girl had a ribbon around her neck her entire life, and she got married, and her husband kept asking her, like, what's that ribbon around your neck? And then I guess she is on her deathbed or something, and she tells her husband, like, okay, you can take the ribbon off my neck. And he removes the ribbon and her head falls off.
Yeah, I think I actually have heard that story.
Yeah, so it's like, I feel this is giving me that kind of vibe.
So if her hand falls off, Robin is right. All right, let's keep going. A week or so later, I asked if she wanted to hang out at my house, but she said no. The next day, she asked me if I wanted to hang out at her house instead. I thought it was weird, but I agreed, so after class, we walked to her house. I noticed that on the front lawn was a for sale sign. It had been a couple weeks since they moved here, so I would have expected it to have been taken down by now. Upon entering the house, I noticed how clean the house was. They didn't seem to have many possessions either, but that wasn't the weirdest thing. I met Kelly's father, and as he raised his hand and waved at me, I saw a silver chain on his wrist, and it was filled with colorful glass marbles clipped to the chains of the bracelet. There was no room left for more, but what was more disturbing was her mother's 2 silver chains that hung on each wrist, one completely filled with about 20 marbles and the other over halfway filled. She brought me upstairs to her room where I saw her brother. His bracelet had around 5 marbles.
Oh, God. Okay.
Once we had gotten into Kelly's room, I turned to her and asked what the marble charms meant. She stopped in her tracks and turned around to look at me. She replied saying that it was a tradition. Everyone was given a silver chain bracelet, and as they went on with their lives, they would add the marbles with every achievement. This explained to me why her parents had so many compared to her. It still unsettled me how she spoke about the achievements. I was almost afraid to ask any more questions.
If you murder a person, you get a marble.
After a couple of hours, my mom came to pick me up and bring me home. The next day, Kelly wasn't at school. Throughout the day, I wondered what was going on with her. She was completely fine only yesterday, so she shouldn't be sick. If she had an appointment, she would have missed a few classes, but not a full day. Even then, she would have asked me to collect her homework. On the way home, I happened to pass her house. That's when I noticed a moving truck outside the house. In there must be the rest of the family stuff from when they moved. It seemed a little late for it to be arriving now. I continued the rest of the way home, not thinking about it too much. The next day, it was the weekend, and it went by as fast as it came. On Monday, Kelly was there, and she approached me in the morning with an uncanny smile on her face.
Time to murder.
I wonder why she was smiling, but I looked down at her wrist to see 7 glass marble charms on the chain.
They killed that whole family that just moved in on that moving truck. 100. It's gotta be.
I hugged and congratulated her on her achievements, no matter how uneasy I was. She jumped up and down in excitement and went on saying how she wanted as many as her mother had. I told her she could do it and encouraged her to keep going. The bell rang before I could ask her what she did. She simply walked off with a smile and wave of her hand, glass marbles clinking together. At lunch, she was nowhere to be seen. My unease began to grow. The day went on, and as I left school, I noticed several parents waiting in the parking lot for their kids, much more than normal. Mothers shuffled their children into cars and locked the door and drove away fast.
It's because a whole family got murdered.
One of those mothers was my own. I counted around 5 police officers around the block. Once I got into the car, I turned to my mom and asked what was going on. Keeping her eyes on the road, she told me that a mother, father, and their 5 children had been murdered over the weekend. The police were looking for the murderer, but I already knew she was long gone.
I fucking called it.
The end. Yeah, you predict like 9 million things throughout stories. So as the story starts to unveil, Robin's like, oh, I think this is about to happen. Yeah, no shit. We all picked up on that around the same time. But yes, indeed, the little kid murdered 7 people somehow. With the aid, I'm guessing, of her family, because, hey, family, as Dom Toretto always says.
Oh my god. You know his last name.
Oh, fuck, I've seen like 6 of the fucking movies. Of course I know his last name.
6 of the Fast and the Furious
I've actually only seen 2. And actually 3. No, 3. And I don't like the Fast and the Furious series. So
0.
Congratulations.
I've never seen any Fast and the Furious.
You've seen enough memes over the last week or so that it's like you've seen a whole movie. Because every time I see these stupid fucking family memes, I always have to show them to Robin because she gets so annoyed.
I know is that Fast and the Furious is about jumping cars over crazy things that should not be able to be jumped over, and family.
That is certainly what it's about now. But I will say shout out to Amber. I very much enjoyed your story. Thank you for sending it to us and allowing us to read it on the show. We sincerely appreciate it. And a quick reminder, if any of you have a story like this that you would like to hear read on the show, please email pastatime@scaryish.com.
Yeah, it's a really cool concept for a story.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It really makes me wonder more about the family. I'm more interested in the murderers than anyone else. I want to hear more about, like, I don't know, is the marble the soul of the person they killed? Or do they just have a big box of fucking murder marbles lying around their house, like, just waiting to distribute if they do something well? Is it just the family? Or is it, like, a bigger part of the family?
It sounds like it's like a cult.
Yeah, I have
thing.
Lots of questions,
Yeah.
so perhaps you'll write a follow-up because I definitely would love to read it.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. Good way to start the show. All right, let's take our first break. Look over into the wonderful stream chat and see what you wonderful folks had to say. It is so nice to see so many of you here on Thursday, which is not our normal
it's not our normal day. Ghost Dunk says they killed 7 universes.
That's hilarious.
My drink tonight, I tried to make like a lemon raspberry tart type drink.
You're my lemon raspberry tart. Keep going.
So what I have is limoncello, lemon drop mix, right, to make the lemon, raspberry vodka, vanilla vodka, and some regular vodka.
Why do you do these things to yourself, Robin?
I just was like, you know what? This is what I'm going to try to make. And so I added those together. I have not tasted it yet.
Of course not.
It's probably going to be awful, but...
Little behind the scenes insight, too. I also had to pick Robin's story for her because she forgot to pick one for herself today. So Robin is running a little behind because it is Thursday instead of Wednesday. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm going to go ahead and say. So I'm going to guess that drink's going to get you way too drunk. And then you're not going to like the story I picked. You're like, you pick shitty stories.
So you pick the story. It's going to be a surprise to you and me. And the Pastatime is also a a Spooky Friend submitted story too. So
she also has one.
So that's
that's
also going to be a surprise for me. So it's a lot of new.
She hasn't seen any of the stuff she's about to read, so it's almost like a story time.
Yeah.
So let's go over some of these notifications before we start reading some of the chat. Captain Fake Eye cheered 100 bits 15 minutes ago.
Whoop, whoop.
Thank you so much, Captain Fake Eye. We appreciate that. Shout out to Glitch Grim for resubscribing for the 24th month. Message there is 24 is an okay number. LOL, I swear it's been longer. I might have missed one or something. I don't know. Love, hugs, and all that spooky stuff.
Thank you so much. 24 months. That's 2 years.
It's 2 full years.
That's 2 whole years. I want to make like a community type item and like have it so if you have like
marbles that go on your bracelet.
If you have like 50,000 points or something, you can redeem them for like a community item that I make. Like maybe a community pin. Design a community pin.
So everyone has to save their points to get these community pins?
To get community
But we'll
pins.
never get drinks or high fives anymore.
I don't know. It's more worth it.
Speaking of drinks, shout out to Captain Fake Eye for redeeming a drink 14 minutes ago. There's a lot more notifications, so hold that thought. Shout out to Laura Ann, who resubscribed with Prime Gaming for the 22nd month. Said, woohoo, 22. Shout out to 911 Girl,
22.
Who resubscribed for the 11th month. That is indeed a song.
Much.
Shout out to 911 Girl for smoking our candy asses in 3 games of bowling yesterday.
Holy crap.
It was really fun. We're all actually kind of sore.
We're all sore. It's crazy. I didn't realize how painful bowling was.
My right pectoral is sore. What's sore on you, Robin?
My arm. No, okay, so this morning, I was getting ready for work. I was tying up my hair. Sorry, story time. And Adam was like, are you okay? And I'm just like, I'm fine. I'm just trying to tie up my freaking hair, and it hurts so bad. I have to keep taking breaks. Like, I would have my hand up like this trying to tie it, and then I'd be like, oh, God. And I'd just have to wait, and I'd have to redo it again because my arm was so tired. And it was just so painful. And I played DDR for the first time in years, maybe like a decade, and it was so painful yesterday too. Man, DDR is hard.
We did 3 games of bowling, and then we played in the arcade for a little while, which was really fun. My mom woke up this morning with a swollen knee, and I'm pretty sure 911 Girl has a swollen foot from kicking our asses. All right, I'm going to get back to these alerts now that we're done to Robin story time. All right, Glitch redeemed a drink. Chunkster also redeemed a drink. We're on to 3. Ghost Dunk resubscribed for the 24th month as well. Said, short, spooky story. My cat just ate a small spider off the ground. Oh, it's so gross. Kit Kat followed us 6 minutes ago. So thank you so much for that. We appreciate you. Sherry Sue resubscribed with Prime Gaming for the 3rd month. We appreciate that. Elizabeth Tree has redeemed a drink, so that's 4
drinks.
Ginseng Joe resubscribed for the 8th month.
Yay for
Thank you so much, Ginseng Joe. And A Meadows 1127 resubscribed for the 24th month.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your resubs.
Lots of 2 years, and 2-year anniversaries.
I can't believe we've been doing it for this long.
And also, Ginseng Joe redeemed another drink.
Years.
5 drinks to do before the next story, and I will not let Robin start reading her next story until we take these drinks. It's going to be a mess. The last story time we did, when I had to edit it near the end, I was like, holy shit, is she slurring her words? It was definitely a fun time. I really wish you would start drinking something that's not hard liquor, but hey, here we are. So 5 drinks.
I got
Cheers.
more soju and some sake in the fridge still. I'm trying to not buy new booze because we have so much booze already.
A Meadows has redeemed a drink, so that is the full 6 before we go.
So I'm trying not to buy new stuff because we have so much stuff already that I just want to use what we already have.
Shout out to Sacred Infinity who resubscribed for the 14th month and said, cheers.
You can't see anything, but like...
Your microphone's definitely in the way. I'm going to take this down just a little bit. I'm just going to read my next story like this.
No, I don't like it that high. Okay.
Lots of chest hair and heavy eye contact.
Yeah, lots of chest hair. No.
All right, I'm actually going to read some of the stuff that was written in our chat. So... Laura Ann said hi-yo at 17 minutes early. So shout out to Laura Ann for being the first person there.
Chunkster says streaming all the way from vacation in Florida. Nice.
Nice. Good stuff. Glitch said, did I win? LOL. You did not. Laura Ann was there to say nope. I'm What's for Dinner was also here. Says, I'm going to lose signal on the way home, but I'm here for a bit. No worries.
Taste it. It's really good.
The first person in YouTube was Maya. Said hello. First one to comment. Yes. Pretty good stuff. Nice to see a lot of you folks trickling in as we went along. Lots of commenting, and Team Deafening Woo is what I'm What's for Dinner went with. I decided I'm not going to try and blow out anyone's eardrums anymore. However, when I move my mic around, it might not be too loud to the folks watching the stream, but it definitely picks up anytime I touch the mic or the mic arm on the podcast audio. So I try and not touch it as much as possible. But for that woo, I was just like... So yeah, it's going to be an annoying sound. Anyways, let's keep scrolling through. I'll let you read some stuff, and then I'll taste your crappy drink.
People are getting errors on Twitch. You know, the mobile app kind of sucks. Because I've been watching...
That aftertaste is the worst.
It's like a lemon. I tried to make a lemon raspberry tart, and it's pretty good because I put the vanilla in there like the crust of a tart, right? Vanilla. Do they have butter flavored stuff?
It tastes absolutely nothing.
Wouldn't that
like
be
a tart.
nice if they made like a butter flavored
booze?
They like maybe butterscotch. You think butterscotch?
You're just whispering to a microphone on a podcast I don't know. After you've done 400 episodes of this. Come on, dog.
But yeah, no, I put the raspberry and I put more lemon than raspberry because I was like, I want lemon flavored mostly. I think
but it's all booze, right? It's not like you're actually putting in fruit into this thing.
The limoncello is fruity, you know.
So I'm asking you if you actually you're describing raspberries and
the
strawberries.
The lemon drop mix is just like lemon juice and
so there's no fruit in this. It's booze.
It's all flavored booze.
Okay, that's exactly what my question was. All right.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Baby Me for resubscribing for the 7th month. Said hello, guys. Hello. Thank you for joining us.
Laura Ann says I'm currently finishing up a backstory for my D&D character. Oh yeah, we're gonna play that game tomorrow. I'm excited.
I'm going to post mine after the show.
Oh, you worked on yours today?
I actually already had it in mind.
Okay.
I'm not going to go too super deep. I think going too super deep into a backstory is kind of a curse of a character because then you like constantly want to move backwards rather than forwards. But I do have like some character beats that are going to inform some of my decisions. And I'm excited.
I'm recycling my character from a one-shot that we did a year ago.
It's been it's been over a year, for sure.
So I'm super excited.
That last one shot, Robin was super excited for as well. She made a character and then she left halfway through. She's like, all right, bitches, I'm going to go. And I had to play her character for her after she left.
It was nice, too, because I played a class that I'd never played before. And I am obsessed with that class right now.
It's a monk.
I played a monk, and being able to hit people twice is like...
I mean, you can do that with any character at level 5. Monks get a lot of attacks.
I've never played any character over, like, 3. Okay.
Shout out to Sherry Sue. She said, hey, I'm here. iPhone located MacBook is taking forever. Dang, technically. It's okay. No worries.
Let's see. Donosaur says the story about the girl with the ribbon on her neck scared her so much as a kid or creeped them out.
Can you imagine leaving a scarf on your neck for your entire life?
Dude, seriously, that story growing up, that's why I still remember it because it was something that was just so creepy. And they actually had like drawings for that book and stuff like that. And that story scared me. So many stories as a kid just kind of
stick with you.
Yeah. What are those books? The Silver
Berenstein Bears?
No. The book that was like I'm
gonna go ahead and keep reading some stuff since we're just going further and further off track. Captain Vegas says, guys, I'm wearing a romper. Feel like such a 20-something. LOL. I should get a dude romper. I would rock a dude romper. I'd be okay with that. Chunk says, just put on my noise-canceling headphones. Adam and Robin's voices are ASMR to my ears.
Thank you.
It's very nice of you. Captain Vegas said, oh my god, marbles are for people they killed. People starting to pick up on it.
At first, I thought it was like a ghost. Because like everybody had chains, right? I thought it was like a ghost family, like they're at this house and it's for sale still. So I totally thought they were all ghosts, but it was a nice twist. I enjoyed it.
Laura Ann said, LOL, I used to hate rompers, but I think I'm starting to like them. I have never worn one because I think they'd look dumb on me. Never hurts to try one out.
I don't have the body type for a romper.
I don't know. I think I got the legs for a romper. I think I could rock it. I think I would look good. But Robin says no, and she acts like I'm a jerk. So
Captain Fake Guy says the marbles could be for people that they banged.
Be really weird for her mom to keep collecting marbles after she was married. Like, hey, hubby, can you get me a second bracelet?
Laura Ann says,
or whatever. If you have an open marriage, that's all for you.
Laura Ann says, Robin, your hair is so super cute. Thank you so much. It's greasy and gross tonight because it's so hot outside. It is so ridiculously hot outside. I just am constantly sweating. Just walking to work today, from my car to the building, I felt like I was on fire. It was awful. And so I'm just always sweating because it's just so freaking hot.
Kayla over there in Facebook says, hello, beautiful people. Hello, Kayla. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
I need a haircut.
Elizabeth Tree says, what's everyone drinking tonight? Robin described hers. I held mine up because hers was the tail of my drink. And mine is just Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy as per usual. Ghost Dunk, there's the comment that you read. She killed 7 universes. I don't know if it's a killed or collected because the marble thing is definitely a reference to Men in Black. So
Yeah. 911 girl said I had to go to the dentist today, but that wasn't the scary part. My car said it was 118 as I was driving home. It must be super hot in your studio today.
It is pretty
warm.
Hot. I kept fans blowing in here and I kept the AC really low until we get to the part where it's like, all right, turn it all off. Let's start recording, and it starts heating up right away. So I already got some swoops going on.
Swoops.
All right.
Yeah, I got swoops too.
Chloe over there in YouTube says, "Hey, what up, Chloe? Thank you for joining us."
Yeah, the day before yesterday, my car said 121 on the way home.
It was 120 on. It's not like she got in her car and it said 121. It was 120 as she was driving home, like 10, 15 minutes later, and she goes, "It just went up to 121."
Yeah, it just went up to 121.
That was an actual temperature.
And I was like, "What the fuck? Oh my god!"
Captain Fig, I said, "Did Adam just unscrew that bottle of beer with his hands?" It's a domestic, so it's a twist top. I'm not that hardcore.
You're not hardcore unless you live hardcore.
That's true. Eve over there on Facebook says, "Hey guys, what up, Eve? Thank you for joining us." Ginseng Joe says, "Robin looks like a PE teacher with that shirt." That's
Thanks.
funny.
It's actually one of my favorite shirts. It's like a sports material so
wicks away moisture.
Yeah,
that's
moisture
what I'm wearing today
shirt.
too.
But it's a UNLV
Blizzard
shirt because I go to UNLV, so I don't know.
Mine's Blizzard because when I went to college, I spent most of my time in Azeroth, so that's what's up.
I can see the PE thing. I just realized there's like a Nike logo.
Yep.
So I must, I totally look like a PE teacher.
Ghost Dunk said it's 24-month.
I'm too unfit to be a PE teacher.
Most PE teachers are pretty unfit.
Really? My PE teacher in middle school was like
my PE teacher in middle school was
shape.
A human pear. And like all the exercises we did, she just yelled at us to do because she couldn't do them.
Pear?
Eve over there in Facebook says, coming to Southern California anytime soon?
We will be in Ontario, California on July 30th.
It's close.
31st? July 31st.
I don't know.
Yeah, because we have a convention. It's called Annie Manga. So it's an anime manga video game convention. And it's going to be in Ontario, California. It's funny, I was talking to someone last night and I was like, oh yeah, we have a convention in Ontario. And they're like, oh, I've never been to Canada. I was like,
that's what everyone thinks when you say Ontario.
Nah, it's California. Ontario, California is about 2 hours away from LA. But we will be there all weekend because that's where we have our table. So if you want to pick up some Scaryish merch, we will have it there. By merch, I mean like pins and stickers and stuff. We don't have t-shirts or sweatshirts or anything.
And we do, but you'd
have to order them online. But yeah, so that's where we will be in Southern California. And then after that, we probably won't be back until like September or October for fun. Like just a nice vacation to California.
Eventually we'll go to Disneyland as well.
Yeah. So. And then we have another event in November too. Or December. December is when we have a Pasadena event. So we'll be in Pasadena, California.
There you go. And one girl says, I wouldn't say it was an ass kicking, but my rep is still intact. LOL.
Oh, also, sorry. I'm like, you guys...
I can't. You know what? Here's the mouse. You take over. I'm just going to sit back and drink my beer.
Okay. We'll also be in Oregon in November. So... if you folks in Oregon want to see us in November, we'll be at...
None of these are Scaryish related, by
they're not Scaryish related, but if you're a weeb like me, it's called KimoriCon in Oregon, and so we'll be there if you guys want to... Portland. Oregon's not the city. It's Portland, Oregon. So yeah. All right. Chunkster says, looks like someone is already drunk. I'm not drunk. You know what I am? I'm exhausted. I'm super, super tired. I was at work. We had training in... some surveying stuff today and it was fun. I enjoyed it, but my brain is a little peanut and it's a lot to remember. So
it's a lot to remember for Robin to read the things people are saying and not go off track.
Yeah, so I'm really tired and it's hot out. I'm sweating. We're inside the house, the AC's on, and I'm still sweating. It's hot. So my brain's just a little I've only had 2 sips. I haven't even drank anything today. If anything, I am... It's
going to get much, much worse.
I'm Thai tea drunk.
Thai tea drunk?
Yeah, because I had
you barely had any of the Thai tea also. Captain Vega says, yeah, look at that heavage. I think that's what you call male cleavage. Captain Vega said, it's like cleavage, but on a man. So I guess I predicted that correctly. Looks like someone is already drunk. Robin already read that. What a fruity conversation, said Ginseng Joe. Nice pun. Ghost Dunk says, the key to D&D backstories, in my opinion, is that it just can't have any loose ends. You have to be starting a new life. I think people just go so in-depth, they constantly want to rediscover stuff from their backstories so that the people they're playing with can learn about it. So I'm just like, just have some stuff in there, and as you find stuff in the world you're learning, add that stuff you just learned to your backstory. To say like, oh, I've come across this before, blah, 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 blah. ASP Bunny says, I have another character who is a Tortle monk. He was the coolest. I love Tortle. It's like Master Oogway from
okay.
Kung Fu Panda.
You know what Oogway means, right?
Turtle.
It's turtle in Chinese. Okay.
Nailed it.
Chloe over on YouTube says, I think you're thinking of scary stories to tell in the dark, Robin. Yes, that definitely is one of them. Cheryl Silverstein. He wrote a whole bunch of different books that were similar to that type of theme. And those books were always stories were always so interesting to me, at least. Did you ever have a tongue twister book growing up?
No.
Or was it just a book of tongue twisters?
Nope. Horsey Butt says, do you guys know any good scary games on PC? We've played, most of the games that we've played on PC are games that you can play on other stuff too, so nothing PC specific. We played the Blair Witch, which was pretty good. It's a walking simulator with some like scary shit in it. We're doing Resident Evil Village right now. I think everyone already kind of knows about that. We're almost done. Robin's barely played it because she gets motion sick, so she constantly leaves me during the streams.
Captain Fake Eye says, hey man, regarding the marbles, they could be swingers. No kink shaming here. I don't know, there's no kink shaming. You do you, right?
Mac Attack said Graveyard Keeper. That's funny. That's more like a, what is it, a world builder? Kind of like...
It's on Switch, right?
Graveyard Keeper? It's on like everything.
Oh, okay. Sherry Sue says, wow, that's crazy hot. It's 75 now, but when I left work, it was about 90. Fuck, I wish it were 90. When it was 80 degrees last week, I was like, jacket day. Oh my God, it was great. 911 Girl says, has anyone watched the first Fear Street movie on Netflix? I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the second movie coming out this week. I'm excited to watch it.
When does it come out? Saturday?
Friday. Comes out Friday.
So it's Black Widow.
I think we're watching it Saturday. Black Widow is coming out Friday. Yeah. Ooh, I know where we're watching
on
Friday
HBO
night.
Plus and in movie theaters. So HBO Plus.
Glitch says, I want to see y'all in Dallas. Then have conventions in Dallas reach out to us so we can come out there. Let's see. Sherry Sue says, we had a thunderstorm in Winnewood, Pennsylvania.
I'm watching her says at 121 degrees. You don't even need a grill. Just throw the meat, I'm guessing. The meat on the ground and hear it sizzle. We tried to do the egg thing.
Yeah.
But my mom didn't leave the pan outside for nearly long enough. It was like 30 minutes. So it just cracked in there and just sat. I'm like, wah, wah.
I would just drop the egg on the ground.
That might work, but that'll be really messy to clean up. So Captain Fake says, yeah, I think that backstory should be pretty minimal in one-shots, especially in one-shots, because they're a lot different of a beast.
Shel Silverstein. That's what Captain Fake Eye said. Shel Silverstein. Where the Sidewalk Ends. Captain Fake Eye. God, you know me.
Where the Sidewalk Ends is really good.
It's like, oh, you know me.
All right, Sherry Sue says, I was told about how awesome the Oculus is. Now that's on my list of gadgets I must get. I will say I own and I think I mentioned this in Discord too. I own a PlayStation VR. I really like the games I have for it. It's not a ton of them, but I know the Oculus has more features. Like I think Sherry Sue was mentioning that you can like meet folks on it and stuff like that. So that's super cool. But all right, good stuff. We're fairly caught up. Let's go ahead and move into the next story of the show. I'll mark it, and Robin, you give us that beautiful bean footage transition.
All right. So I'm going to read my next story here. Not my story. It's one of your folks' stories.
Wait. Sorry.
Fucking
hang on.
Bitch.
You're supposed to have taken 6 drinks, but you've been talking this entire time. I'm at 4. So, it's beer. So, it's already half gone. I'll keep reading some messages while Robin imbibes. ASP Bunny says, damn Fahrenheit people XD, which
Didn't we figure out how much...
Fahrenheit is like
more, 36 point something to be 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's more accurate. That's all I'm saying. Is Fahrenheit is more accurate than Celsius. It's one of the only things that I appreciate about the measurement system in the United States. Almost everything else is stupid. We should use the metric system. Yeah, cool. So we are caught up at this point. We're just waiting on Robin to drink. I will say doing this on Thursday is a little bit odd because Thursday is usually my day where I laze around after work and then I realize like, oh, I got to go edit that episode and get it posted. So I'll be doing that directly after the show and then reading some more. So pretty excited about that. If the Snark is watching, don't know if he is or not. But yeah, I'm at the part where Egwene is becoming an accepted right now. She's through 2 of the 3 arches, and it's super fucking intense, and I had to stop so we could do the show. It was really hard to put the book down. So
thank you so much, Baby Me, for resubscribing with Prime. They say hello, guys.
Thank
hello.
you, Robin, for rereading that.
I didn't even read it. I didn't hear it. Fuck you. Sherry Sue was talking about Oculus, and that just reminded me of that Oculus movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that one.
It's a good movie.
It's triggering. When she eats the glass.
Oh, and she eats the apple, and then she realizes it's a light bulb. It's in the commercial, so no spoilers there. Chunk says, water, people, keep hydrating and drinking, and that's what I'm doing right now. I've been drinking a lot of water all day, so... Oh, really? But all the berries, there's raspberry and strawberry in there.
It tastes good, but that's vodka, straight up.
Yeah, it surely is. You ready to read?
Yeah.
You're at 6?
No.
What are you at?
Probably 5 or something.
We'll take one more, and then you're at 6.
Okay. I almost drooled because it's like so much vodka.
Robin's been doing this thing lately where she keeps whispering, and it's driving me crazy because she's already difficult enough to hear, and she just starts whispering randomly as if for effect. So hopefully she doesn't do that during the show, but if she is, everyone type in all exclamations, whispers. All right, I'm going to mark it, and you can do the wonderful transition now.
All right, so I'm going to read the next story here. It is submitted by one of our spooky friends. So I'm really excited to read it. It's going to be new to me. I haven't read it yet. So it's just like story time, just for pastas, right? So it goes. It's titled Flowers to the Soul. It goes, have you ever felt that something in your life was a gateway or somehow attached to your soul? Here's my story of just that. It all started when I was about 2 or 3. I was sleeping in my bedroom. A perfect girly girl bedroom with flower wallpaper and a purple closet door with flowers my mom painted to match the rest of my room. That door sounds exactly like the room from Monsters, Inc. One night, I remember waking up to the sound of my closet door slowly creaking open. I was young, so I can't really tell you what I saw was real, but what I do remember was that this serpentine figure... Serpentine?
Every time. Oh, look, Ginseng Joe's yelling whispers.
Is it serpentine? Serpentine?
However you want to say it, dude, just pick one and go with it. Live a life.
This serpentine figure slowly moving between my closet door and the frame. It had 6 legs, but the body of a snake and terrible bulging eyes that darted constantly, like it was always looking to make sure no one but me saw it. It clung to my closet door frame and just stared at me. It was frozen. I was frozen. Fuck me. I was frozen, and I didn't know what to do, so I screamed. For the next year, I remember seeing this terrifying creature often. It would crawl or scurry out of my closet every night and stare at me until I screamed for my parents.
That's terrifying enough as it is. It doesn't have to be a snake or anything, but having something come out of your closet and just like stare at you with bulging eyes is creepy. It
sounds like Randall from Monsters, Inc. The purple snake from Monsters, Inc.
I know what you're talking about, but that's not at all what I'm picturing.
Okay, that's what I'm picturing. It's trying to collect your screams into a canister.
I'm picturing like Voldemort's spirit from the first Harry Potter movie when he goes into the dark forest. Like that sort of type of like slithering out of the closet, and then except you can actually see eyes on it.
All right. This was a nightly occurrence, a time I remember vividly as being stressful for my parents. Near the end of that year, I started having the quote-unquote dreams. They were always so peaceful, maybe a way to escape the nightmare I was experiencing during my waking hours. I remember vaguely in these dreams there was always a being, a creature, or an angel that always kept me safe. In these dreams, I always felt that this thing protecting me was more afraid for protecting me than it was of the creature haunting me. Being in these dreams was like being enveloped in a fluffy blanket or a giant's hug. While I knew subconsciously that this giant...
I will say a giant's hug doesn't sound that comforting to me. I feel like you'd be squeezed to death.
While I knew subconsciously that this dream creature came from the same world my monster came from, I was never afraid of it. During the time frame that I had these dreams, I was happy. I was laughing again, a normal young girl, and the monster wasn't around anymore. By the time I was about 5, the nice warm fuzzy dreams had stopped and the monster started appearing again. Honestly, I barely remembered this serpentine centipede creature from my toddler years, but it never truly left me. That night, I heard my closet door creak open, and in the doorway was the monster. Now that I was a little older, I noticed things I missed before. When it would move, it would blend into the...
This is what you guys get for making us have 6 drinks before she even starts reading. I always got to make her go first from now on. I don't know how I keep forgetting that.
It would blend in the When it would move, it would blend into the surroundings of my room, almost like a chameleon, camouflaging its skin to match my bedroom wallpaper or the flowers on my closet door. I started to hate those flowers. Dude, this is Randall from Monsters, Inc. 100%. Camouflage snake. This time, though, my parents thought it might be something more. I was becoming more adamant that I saw this creature every night, screaming for them to help me. My parents were really worried about me and got me into therapy. The therapist never actually listened to me, and she just wanted to make sure she made my parents happy, so she put me on some sort of medication. I won't lie, whatever it was, helped. I didn't have those nice, fuzzy, comforting dreams still, but I also slept so deeply I didn't see the terrible monster creeping through my closet door anymore. At the age of 7, we moved to a new house, and my parents had the therapist slowly get me off of my meds. The new house was great. I had an awesome room in the loft with a double-wide closet with those weird shutter-style accordion doors and green wallpaper. No more flowers. There was a window, those weird that's the line before.
I was like, damn, this little girl just got super upset about these windows.
There was a window on the outside wall of the house that let me see the whole neighborhood, and I had a wonderful view of the night sky. When I started school that year, no one wanted to be my friend since I was new and quote-unquote weird. Everyone loves weird people. I don't know. I think...
It's like when you're new, you're different. So some people just treat you like you're weird, but realistically, you could have all the same interests that they do, and they just suck. So
I constantly talked about the monster in my closet and the friend I met in my dreams that saved me.
I mean, yeah, okay, that's weird. Being that outspoken in your new school, yeah, that might not draw people to you, but hey, I'd be your friend.
No one, I mean, you say that, but if somebody said that shit in front of you, would you actually be like,
probably.
Oh, no way, dude, that's so cool?
Well, they're 7, right?
No,
yeah.
Oh, well, are they
the
7?
Age of 7, we
yeah,
moved to a new house.
Right.
They got a new school. That's around the same time I moved to a new school. So yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was the exact age I moved to a new school, in fact.
No one wanted to be friends with the kid who still believed in monsters and imaginary friends.
Whoa. I still believe in monsters and imaginary friends, and I'm 36. Okay.
But we do this for a living.
Exactly. We don't, actually. This is our
no,
side gig.
That's true. That's
we
true.
do not do this for a living.
All right. But since I wasn't seeing the monster or waking up in the middle of the night screaming anymore, my parents weren't too worried. And with my difficulties making friends, my mom decided she would buy me a fish, which I named Nemo because he was orange and I was 7.
Whoa. Now it's really starting to connect the Pixar universe here.
He became my best friend. After about 3 months of living in this new house, poor Nemo died, and that's when I started seeing it again. The monster. My closet doors would slowly creak open, and the monster would slowly slither its head and upper limbs through the door and just stare at me. Sometimes when it would move and blend in, I swear I could see those horrible flowers from my old closet door again. The nightmare was too real, and this time I had no fuzzy warm protector to save me. I didn't want to get back on meds, so I suffered silently for months, staring this thing in the eyes as it would sit right inside my closet opening, shifting between the terrible flower pattern of my old closet door and my new green bedroom wallpaper. Each night I prayed and hoped the protector of my dreams would come back for me. I wanted that sense of safety and warmth, but those dreams, my protector, never returned. It wasn't long before I broke down my parent... It wasn't long before I broke down and my parents wanted to give me back... Fuck.
20 marks already.
It wasn't It wasn't long before I broke down and my parents wanted to get me back in to see the therapist, but never did. I think my constant insistence that this thing was real and the sleepless nights for my screams is what tore my family apart.
Aww.
My family... Sorry, I'm just bent on family because stupid Fast and the Furious.
That's funny.
My parents started fighting constantly, which only made the terrible monster stronger. Or so I felt. It was almost as if it were somehow connected to my soul and preyed on me whenever I was at my weakest. I continued to see this monster and those damn flowers every night, but I wouldn't tell my parents, and I wouldn't scream. They still got divorced.
Aww.
For the next 12 years, I moved around to new places and new homes with my mom, always with the creature following, and always carrying the terrible flowers with it. Every time it shifted into the reality of my bedroom, I would see them, like it locked onto a part of my past, a part of my soul that I will never be able to forget. It sits there each night, waiting, wanting me to scream, like it's my job. Like its job will not be complete without that final scream. I'm now 20, standing in front of the closet door in my dorm, waiting. This time, I'll be the one to push into its world, its soul, and make it scream.
Oh shit, taking the fight to the monster.
Yeah. I'm no longer the weak little girl it preyed on. I cannot stand to see those terrible flowers again. The ones that remind me of a time when my family was happy, before this creature ruined my life. Maybe if I can put That's what the snake sounds like. Maybe if I can just push past and get to the other side into its world, maybe I will find the fuzzy, warm creature that made me feel happy. I will be the monster this time. Oh, and it's signed Boo.
So it is Monsters Inc.
So it is Monsters Inc.
This is almost like a retelling of Monsters Inc. if it was like super intense.
Yes. It's got, yes. O-M. O-M.
So
and
Robin
the big
picked
fuzzy,
up on it
the
really
big
quickly.
fuzzy monster is Sully. It's gotta be Sully.
Robin's so excited right
I
now.
am so excited. And the
The fish is Nemo.
Yes, the
So
fish
it's
is
definitely
Nemo
a hint.
because it's a Pixar. What?
I love how loud Robin is talking now since she had her quiet
Oh
whisper
my
voice
God.
on earlier in the show. And now she's
Yeah.
super excited.
Yep, so I knew it. I knew that this thing had to be Randall.
This is a good pitch for the MIU, the Monsters Inc. universe,
Yep.
which we hope is coming soon to a theater near you.
100. Oh, yes.
I actually really enjoyed it.
I did enjoy this story. And that's, as soon as she described the door, this is also a story from Lisbetry, who is a frequent viewer of our streams. And thank you so much for the story because I love Monsters Inc. Oh God. Sorry, snot just flew out of my face.
She's a mess.
But, yeah, I freaking love Monsters Inc. And as soon as she described that door, I knew it. I freaking knew that it had to be. It was like just like Boo's door for Monsters Inc. Oh my God. Love it. 100.
Good stuff. Thank you so much for sending that in. We sincerely appreciate it. And I gotta say, a lot of the stories that we get from our listener/viewer base are better than a lot of the creepypastas we read elsewhere. So keep them coming. All right. Good stuff.
I just want to watch Monsters Inc. again.
We're going to have to do that probably tonight. Who
Well, I
knows?
mean, you haven't watched Monsters Inc. in what, over a
Long
decade
time.
or something?
Since like maybe a couple years after it came out, when it came out on DVD. So good stuff. All right, let's look up in the stream chat. See what you folks had to say. Do you want a tissue?
Yeah,
Or something
can you
like
see
that?
my snot?
I can't, but
Okay.
they saw it. 911 girl said, "Oh my God, gross."
No, it's because of the dirty joke of the week.
Oh, I didn't realize that. There's none in there.
Oh, I think there's one on my desk.
Okay, you do your thing, girl. And I will read. That sounded... Oh, it's fine. There's just so much stuff in that. All right. Sherry Sue said, I had a sangria when we went out for the 4th. I'm only drinking water tonight. Very tired after my first 3 days. Seriously feels like 5 days. Honestly, like the first week when you start a new job especially is definitely exhausting. Just because it's like you're learning everything. You're taking in your new surroundings. You're figuring out everything. And then like you just sort of have to catch up. And eventually you'll just settle in. Ginseng Joe says, say hello to the Scream Extractor. Scrolling. I haven't watched many movies in my life, but I swear I watched Monsters Inc. like 50 times. That's hilarious. Scrolling some more. ASP Bunny says, I love the calm reading with the sudden fuck. Glitch says it's the only way to read, right? Yeah, it's the only way she likes to read. Ginseng Joe says,
That's how I read all the 50 Shades books.
It is true. She reads 50 Shades, and anything she reads, she just starts like talking to it. Even if I'm sleeping, I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? She's like, oh, something just happened in my webtoon. I'm like, all right, cool.
Do you guys see this Batman behind Adam Man? That thing looks sweet.
He's on my left ear.
Yeah. So awesome.
Robin won it in a Crane Game app. So.
Oh, and there's Bakugo up there too. I won that Bakugo, and he looks so.
You can't really see the Bakugo. You can kind of see it under the days. Also, we have a new donation goal. The same $200 goal we do every month. We haven't picked something that we're going to do if we hit it, but it'll likely be either like a VR stream or a cooking stream. You can make suggestions for things that you would like to see, and we'd be totally cool with hearing that. Sherry Sue redeemed a high five. What?
So sad.
They can't see what you're doing. Ow. That felt more like a slap, but okay. Chunkster says, dirty joke of the week. So Chunkster's doing the dirty joke of the week?
Wow.
What's the speed limit in bed? It's 68. Once you hit 69, you have to turn back around. It's hilarious. Scrolling. Elizabeth Tree said it is the Monsters Inc. thing from Boo's side, which is awesome. How'd you know it was Elizabeth Tree? Did they say, and I just didn't see it?
Oh, it said, this is my story earlier.
Oh, cool. Elizabeth Tree says, you were so right, Robin. That's super cool.
I just love Monsters, Inc.
I'm What's for Dinner gave another dirty joke of the week. Said, what do you do if you come across an elephant in the jungle? Wipe it off and apologize. That's pretty fucking funny.
That's why 911 girl said gross.
That is fucking funny and gross.
Chunkster says, I'm missing something at the joke. Oh, no.
I will reread it, but I'll do it in different terms. What do you do if you ejaculate across an elephant in the jungle? Wipe it off and apologize. We were just talking about elephants before the show. We're talking about animals that live longer than humans.
Because we love our dog. We love
Robin
both our
can't
dogs.
have a good moment without immediately making it weird by bringing up death.
But
so.
I just don't ever want to lose our corgi, or our Shiba for that matter. But like our corgi's getting older, and so it's just the older she gets, the more scared I get, and I just want her to live forever.
Me too. Not like Pet Cemetery, but yeah. Captain Vega says, I have a weird computer question. My MacBook has been getting really hot lately, and I think it's because there's dust inside the computer. How the heck do I get that out? I am not a Mac expert. I will say that a lot of Macs are created so that you cannot open them.
Yeah, you can't open it.
So,
for PC, like if it's a laptop, like a regular PC laptop, you can just unscrew the back and spray it a little bit and you're fine.
That's it, yeah.
But
you might want to call a Genius or Apple Help and whatever they're called, their help support center, and be like, how do I do this? So...
ASC Bunny says, Robin, sponsored by Secret Lab. If Secret Lab wanted to sponsor me,
they don't sponsor anyone. They give you a creator code, and you still have to buy your chair. I've learned this from Huskers, who has hundreds of thousands of followers, and he still isn't sponsored by them, which is unfortunate.
But seriously, even though we're not sponsored by Secret Lab, I will say
I love these fucking chairs.
These chairs are the most comfortable computer chairs I have ever owned.
I got this chair. I got like a $600 stipend from work because they're like, hey, since you're going to be working from home, get whatever you need to make your office more comfortable. And I was like, I sit in this chair around 13 hours a day some days. So I need a better chair because my other chair was a hand-me-down and it just was not working. So I got this one, and Robin was like, how much did you spend on a chair? $300 to $50? I was like, yeah, but it's like
$350.
It's $350 plus shipping because I got it on sale. I know this.
I feel like mine was more expensive than that.
Yours was, yours is the fucking Overwatch themed one, but yours was still $369.
Okay.
Which was normal pricing. But anyways.
Adam
which says, that's a badass Jim Lee Batman.
No, it's badass. Is it Jim Lee Batman? I don't know what Jim Lee Batman
I'll have to see the
like.
packaging. It looks very... I've never seen this particular design because the bat symbol is outlined in gold. So
this I won from a mobile crane game. And so that's what Batman it is. Whatever Batman they had in the mobile crane game from Japan. So, I don't know. Japanese Batman.
Honestly, if you think 360 is a lot for a chair, like looking at some of the office chairs that you can find,
360 is not a lot.
It's not a lot, especially if you're going to be sitting in it constantly. This thing is super comfortable. It is the most comfortable chair I've ever had. So
yeah, this is definitely, and they're high quality chairs. They don't creak. Robin
will find a way to make that fucking chair creak. She does it with every chair she's ever sat in.
go ahead and watch like the first couple years of our podcast because you can hear the creaking every time I move in that blue office chair. And
then eventually in the black office chair too.
Yeah, and it's just, this is...
And that black office chair was like $250. It was another hand-me-down, but still.
Quiet, comfortable chair. It even comes with a
mine
pillow.
Did not come with a lumbar pillow. I'm not sure if it's because mine's like the Titan and hers is the Omega or whatever, but yeah, I didn't get one, which is unfortunate. I have like a lumbar like wheel though that I can spin on my chair to like push into my back, which is always sweet. Okay. I'm going to run a 1-minute ad break for those folks over there on Twitch. Some of you will get it, some of you will not, so it's going to start right meow.
Starting to sweat real bad.
It is starting to get really fudging hot in this fudging fucking room.
Lisbetry asked what crane game I use. It's called Cremas 2. So CREMAS 2. At least on Android. And it stands for Crane Master. Cremas is Crane Master. It's Japanese, okay? But yeah, I love it. Love that game. I don't like Toreba. I think that one's dumb and a ripoff. I don't like the Tokyo Catch one either, because it's way more expensive. I've never once won anything on there. It's just ridiculous.
She's won a lot of shit through this crane game.
Yeah.
I would say we've gotten at least 6, maybe even 7 new figures since she started playing this, like Bakugo, Batman over there.
I have a lot of Rem and Ram figures. I have figures
from
animes
on the way, which
watch.
I'm so fucking excited
that
for.
one. I think that one comes next week.
I hope so. I can't wait.
But yeah, and it ships from Japan, so it does take a little while, but they send it via express, so it takes like a week or so. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I love it.
Cool. Ginseng Joe said, I've been using a chair that's falling apart and the stupid leather flakes all over the floor. That was my red chair. That was
his chair too.
Yeah, it was always, the arms were always flaking off and the cat would jump up on the back when I wasn't on the show and she would claw it. And at some point I was just like, I give up. I can't stop her from doing it. And now like when she comes in here, she always wants to jump on the back of my chair and she jumps up on my leg and looks, she's like, oh, I forgot it's the new chair.
Yeah.
So I'm listening, says, no ads, the subscription has forsaken me.
Like Adam used to get like a bunch of black stuff all over his arms all the time, and we'd be like, what the fuck is that? And it's because his chair was falling apart.
Yeah, the leather stuff from the armrest. So yeah, it's really fucking annoying when that shit happens. All right. Glitch says, send me a link, Robin.
I don't know how to send links, but I wish they would sponsor me, man, because
that'd be fucking sweet.
That'd be sweet.
We should just reach out to him, like, hey, you want to sponsor our show? Like, we'd be happy to talk about you guys and always show the stuff we win. Wink, wink, wink. So
there's a bunch of Hatsune Miku figures. Like I posted the Hatsune Miku figure that I won. It was gigantic.
Oh, it's huge.
It's huge.
That's the biggest base for a figure.
Yes, that Batman is huge. So big.
I'm not even gonna move it.
Why?
Because I forgot his cape has its own fucking thing.
Oh, you can lift him up though. He'll be fine.
Will it?
Yeah, just lift him up. He's too giant.
He's enormous. Look at this fucking guy. He's huge, and he's like high quality. The Bakugo is like textured clothing. I really like the bat symbol on that. And she wins these things all the time, and they keep coming in the fucking mail.
Ugh, it's crazy. Yeah, Adam's just like, another box from Japan, huh? I'm like, yeah. ASD Bunny says that ass, though.
Oh, no.
What, did you break him?
No.
Oh my god!
His head,
you monster!
His head and his cape have slightly popped up. I'm going to cover this so no one sees what I've done. I don't know how to set it back up. That's exactly why I said I didn't want to move it. She's like, no, it's good. Just go ahead and move the thing. It won't hurt it. It hurt it. But it comes apart, so it's not like I broke it and fucked it up. IMB Trainer says, dinner. Having leftover experiment that I made last night. Having a leftover experiment. Got it. I decided to call it Taco Mac. Sounds interesting to me. All right. Hopefully Robin will get that fixed, and then we'll move on to the next story. I have a lot of burps I'm trying to hold off right now, so I might sound like I'm talking weird, but it's because I just want to burp. Oh, my God. It's Thursday. Oh, I have to work after this, too. I forgot about that. Why? I have to build another presentation. They moved my meeting up from 1 tomorrow to 10:30. And I have meetings all morning. 9 to 10, 10 to 10:30, and now 10:30 to 11. So that fucking sucks. But whatever. It is what it is. Don't shake the camera.
Don't drop that Durkature.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and mark it, and we're going to move into our next story.
Booyah. Oh, let me shut this story. Close this story. Where's the other one?
I didn't copy paste it. You're going to read it off Creepypasta because you did not send it to me in advance, and I had to pick it on my own. It's like I'm doing the fucking show alone.
Fuck you.
All right. Very much. Gotta scroll this back to the top now. Okay. Please double tap your phone.
Yeah.
Am I boring you?
Yeah.
Is everyone here boring you?
No, just you.
What? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move into our next story of the show. This one's title is My Wife Won't Stop Sleep Talking. I have read this one in the past. I remember bits and pieces of it. I definitely remember how it ends. So, starts out like this. My wife and I moved into our new apartment just a few months ago. Before this, we lived in a large cottage overlooking a beautiful lake. It was my wife's dream home for the 3 years we lived there. We didn't want to leave, but it was a necessary step for us. You see, Jessica and I used to live down south. Everything was going well for a while, but my law firm decided to promote me out of the blue. It was unexpected, which is what out of the blue means, but I couldn't have been more grateful. Unfortunately, the job entailed transferring to another one of our many branch locations. The one in question was in New England. We spoke long and hard on the matter, but eventually Jess agreed to the move. What? I didn't say that weird. You whisper in your stories, I say some things in weird ways.
You put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
I think I nailed it, actually. It continues. It's important to note that the dollar doesn't stretch as far up north as it does down south. It's also harder to find employment. That's why we were downgrading our living space. Until Jess could find another job, we would have to suffer. At least, that's the way she looked at it. Tensions were high the first few weeks after the move. I could tell Jess was irritable. She missed our old house, our old friends, and working a steady job. She had nothing to do with all of her free time, so she was bored out of her skull. This led to many fights. For a while, it seemed like we would never settle in. About a month after the move, things started looking up. Jess found temporary work as a part-time editor at the local TV station. She loved the work and couldn't have been happier with her coworkers. I couldn't have been happier for her. Everything seemed to be fine for a while. Not perfect, but fine. This was when the sleep talking began. It was to be expected, and honestly, I'm surprised it didn't start up sooner. You see, my wife is a restless sleeper whenever there's a big change in her life, good or bad. It happened when we got married, when we moved into our first home, and when she had the miscarriage. In parentheses, I'll touch more on that later. Jess knows she sleep talks because I used to bring it up from time to time. I would laugh each morning, recalling the weird things she said the night before. This always made her uncomfortable. She seemed to be embarrassed by it. That's why, after her first night of sleep talking in our new apartment, I didn't say anything.
I bet the sleep talking is going to be terrifying. Absolutely horrifying.
The sleep talking went on for a couple of weeks. It was at this time that Jess's temp job at the TV station came to an end. Without a job to keep her mind off of things, her nightly outbursts became much worse. She began screaming at odd times during the night, in which I would be forced to calm her down. One night, her screams turned into tears. As she was crying, she said something I'll never forget. I wish you were dead.
Who's she talking to?
I knew my wife was asleep, but as I sat there by her side, calming her the best I could, I felt the need to press the matter. You wish who were dead, hun? To my surprise, she responded, you. This caught me off guard. Really? This caught me off guard. It's a strange thing to want your husband dead, and even stranger while you're asleep. I mean, it is pretty common to want your husband dead when you're awake, from what I hear, but... Ow. Why? I asked. You're ruining my life. Man, this sounds like a conversation I've had.
I like that you're putting your own intonation to how she says it.
Well, she's sleeping. I'm trying to talk like I'm sleepy.
You could be whining and be like, you're ruining my life.
No one has that much emotion when they're sleeping. Those 4 words cut deep. Whether they were meant or merely the product of a tired mind, they were the kind of words that demanded self-reflection. I wondered for a moment if I truly was ruining her life, or at least if I were to blame for her night terrors. My wife remained silent for the rest of the night. I know this because I stayed up. Contemplation and worry kept me from a good night's rest. I didn't believe for a second that my wife really wanted me dead, but her late-night antics were certainly a cause for concern. Between the screaming episodes and the morbid dialogue, this was the worst her condition had ever been. The next morning, I came pretty darn close to telling her about what had happened. Okay, you should fucking have told her what had happened. But I kept thinking about how she'd react and what she had said. It was too much. I didn't want to burden her any more than I already had, especially after she had just been laid off. I also didn't want to have another fight. In light of this, I kept my mouth shut. I appreciate the fact that you justified why you didn't tell her. I still would have told her.
It was justified.
It was justified. We watched Scream 2, Timothy Olyphant's in that, and every time he killed someone, I was like, he was justified.
Because he's also in Justified, if you guys did not know.
Spoiler for who one of the killers is in Scream 2. It came out in like 1998, so if you're upset about it, eat shit. All right, I'm going to keep going.
What the fuck?
The following night, the screams were gone. This was a comfort, but a fleeting one. Out of the blue, just as I was about to shut my eyes and call it a night, the sleep talking commenced once again. Sometimes I think about how I do it.
Why do you make it sound like sexy?
It's not supposed to sound sexy.
How
If you're hearing it,
do it.
it's probably because you're drinking so much vodka in it.
Everything sounds sexy.
I chalked this statement up to pure dream-induced nonsense, but then she continued, while you're asleep in bed, I'll get up and go to the kitchen. I didn't know what she was talking about, but as she kept speaking, it dawned on me. There were some moments of inaudible gibberish, but from the bits and pieces that were fluent, I could paint a pretty good picture of what she was describing. Reach into, grab knife, over and over again.
Stop.
Blood oozing off the bed. Can't ruin my life anymore. My wife was describing her plan to murder me. As she's reading like that. As deeply unsettling as this was, I couldn't help but chuckle to myself. It was just a dream, after all, nothing more. I can't say I haven't done some weird things in my own dreams, things I would never do in real life. Jess was mad at me over the move, and she was working out her frustrations while she slept. At least that's what I convinced myself.
I would be so scared to sleep ever again.
Yeah. I would sleep in a different room that was bolted closed.
Yep.
The sleep talking continued for a few weeks. I hoped that Jess's midnight venting sessions were doing her some good, but without a degree in psychology, I couldn't be certain. All I could do was listen to her ramble about offing me each night and wait for her condition to run its course. Some things don't run their course, they just get worse. The longest her sleep talking had ever lasted was a month, so it was safe to say it would be over soon. A month passed. Then 2. Jess didn't let up. Every night it was the same routine, either incoherent nonsense or babblings about how she'd like to hurt me. It was getting old, but one night changed everything. As my wife slept, she uttered some words that tore right through my heart. I lost my baby because of you. My emotions swirled about and formed a sour concoction that rested in the pit of my stomach. This time, I had to know what she meant. What do you mean, hun? There was a brief moment of silence, but eventually Jess offered me an answer. There was some more gibberish mixed in, but she was able to get her point across. You made me want kids. You put life in me. And now I'm alone. This struck a nerve and caused a few tears to roll down my cheeks. It was my idea to have a kid. Jess never wanted children, but she made herself want them for me. That's why, after the miscarriage, I was surprised to find her absolutely devastated. I had no clue how much she'd warmed up to the idea of having a baby. My tears were interrupted by more sleep talking of the worst variety. I will kill you, I promise. That was the last thing she said all night. It's been roughly a week since my wife made that promise. As disturbing as that threat was, I could have easily brushed it off with the rest, assuming it was the product of stress and was nothing for me to worry about. Unfortunately, I can't stop worrying about it. Jess is scaring the crap out of me. I'm now taking short naps and sleeping with one eye open, and it's all because of one thing. Now she's sleepwalking.
Well, time to lock yourself in the room at night.
Time to talk to her about it, maybe. I would try talking to her about it since you've been not talking to her about it, and that didn't seem to work. Perhaps talking to her about the fact that she wants to murder you and all these repressed issues that you have going on is the way to go. Communication is key when it comes to preventing murders in someone's sleep. So, that was my second one. That was definitely a different turn. I don't remember the miscarriage thing, to be honest with you, when I was skimming through this. So there's definitely some stuff I skipped over. I remembered the ending for sure. But overall, though, I think it was a pretty good story.
It could be triggering for some people that have gone through that before. But sometimes it's really hard. And sometimes you do want to kill that other person. You've just been lucky enough to survive.
Wow. Okay, cool. Robin made it even worse and even more weird. So good stuff.
But yeah, so it's a good story. It's scary. It's too real for me. But I mean, yeah, it's terrifying. Sleepwalking, the idea of sleepwalking and sleep talking can be very scary. Just because I watched way too much Paranormal Activity. I have had people sleep talk before, and sometimes it's hilarious.
Yeah, aside from the triggering content, I definitely relate to some parts of this, although not so much sleep talking as it is like sleep punching me in the face or sleep elbowing me in the face. No, it's worse. I'd rather you just talk. And then I can wake you up and be like, here's what you said. And you're like, oh, I don't mean that. And then I go back to sleep versus being shocked out of my sleep by an elbow hitting me in the face.
I've definitely punched almost everybody I've ever dated in the face.
That's a lot of people.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean, you dumb bitch? I had an instance where someone almost broke up with me that night, and because I swung my fist back, like just straight up, like punched him in the face, and he woke up, and I was like, "Where are you going?" And he's like, "I can't do this," and it's just turned into a thing in the middle of the night.
It wasn't me.
It was not.
It could be me, but it wasn't me.
There was one time I did like a Mario punch, like straight up Mario punch in the face. That was you that time.
That was me.
Oh, then I've done it to you too.
I call it the Ryu. The Hadouken.
Yeah, because I've done one. That must be one of the more common ones that I pull off then. Because I remember it wasn't with you, it was somebody else.
Good to know. Let's keep going through the list here.
When I punched them in the face, I was having a kung fu dream, like a karate dream, where I was doing all these moves, and I punched, and it just happened to be punching them in the face. So it's dangerous, I guess, to sleep with me, because
I'm sure lots of people out there would risk it, though.
Well, I know my sister is just like, why do you always kick in your sleep? I'm like, I don't know. She's a very
violent sleeper, man. She sleeps with her joints pointed directly out, so they're in your ribs. Or
sometimes
in your back.
I sleep with my legs like up, like my knees up. They
fall down and they wind up in my ribs.
I have had dreams that I wake up from where I literally am kicking as I wake up, so your legs in the air. Yeah, I'm sure that happens to a lot of people, because when your body's starting to wake up and stuff, you're just jerking, because if you're in the middle of a movement in your dream and you wake up, it's just you're doing that,
Only ever had it happen to me like once or twice. I've woken up speaking before, maybe like 5 or 6 times. And I've been in an argument and I just woken up and been like, fuck you. Because I really, not even a joke, I really wanted to tell someone off. And I woke up saying the thing I wanted to say to them. And I've been like, oh, okay, it was all a dream. And I'm more disappointed that I didn't get to confront someone than I am relieved. Which just shows you the state of mind that I am in when I'm dreaming. I am not like the murderous kind, though.
Yeah. I have woken up saying something before in the middle of a word or something like that. So I totally get you there. But yeah, that's a cool story. Thanks.
No problem.
Just triggers me in all my dream movements.
All right. Good stuff. Kind of depressing stuff as well. Okay, let's look over to Stream Chat, see what you folks had to say before we move into our next one. Glitch said, I need this crane game. I would never be bored. Adam, # side host. I kid. Don't hate me, Robin. Glitch says, my wife, but in the Travis McElroy version of it. He says it just like you said.
Oh, okay.
Elizabeth Tree says, my fiance gets woken up with me sleep talking all the time.
Adam likes to wake up, say something, and then go back to sleep away.
What I usually say is, are you going to go to bed soon?
No.
Because it's like 4 a.m. and the TV is burning hot in that fucking room. What are you saying that I say when I wake up, say something, go back to bed?
Like, if I fart in the middle of the night and it happens to be loud, he wakes up and complains how loud it is, falls asleep, and then immediately lets off the stinkiest, most disgusting fart himself.
I will defend myself.
Oh my God.
I never complain. She says complain. I'm usually like, really?
Yeah.
If it woke me up from a dead sleep, then I'm just like, are you serious right now?
He'll wake up after a stinky fart and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, babe. And then go back to sleep.
So I'll be like, I'm sorry.
It's so gross.
So I do feel guilty before I fade back into sweet, blissful unconsciousness. All right, IMB Trans says, this story kind of makes me think of when I Went to Dinner was sleep talking, but he got himself into trouble because he had been describing, quote, a hot chick with nicely done up eyes and the nice butt. We'll just say that led to me waking him up and questioning him about this woman.
I think this is a common couples thing where one or the other has a dream / nightmare that the other one is a complete and utter hoe bag. And so you just, at least for me, if I have those dreams, I just roll over angrily and just like...
I'll wake up in the middle of the night and be like, she's not near me. I'm like, oh, she probably had a dream I cheated on her or something. I just go back to sleep. I'm like, I finally get all the bed to myself. So occasionally I'll pick arguments with Robin before bed so she can get mad at me and roll away from me so that way I can have all the bed to myself. It's very rare, but I do that sometimes. So otherwise she takes up 80 to 90% of the bed. That's probably what that other guy was like, I can't do this. I just can't do it because you're also a bed hog on top of being a violent, abusive sleeper.
Chunks just says, I sleep talk. I'm sharing a room with my friend and she says I make noises, ? Like I have my own language.
That's hilarious. I'm trying to says, warm taco mac in my belly sack. It's hilarious.
Wow. I'm what's her name says, I'm beef trainer becomes a black belt in her sleep. Ginseng Joe says, is that sun shining on Adam's hair?
It is. Well, I don't know, actually.
There's no more sun.
No, not right now. I don't know when you said that. It might have been, though. Ghost Dunk put in Japanese letters that I cannot read. Can you read that?
No.
Well, I guess we're translating it. Can't have anyone cursing at me in a different language. Ghost Dunk would never do that.
Well, let's take time to do this.
You can just keep reading.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Winter Girl says, my cousin would talk to aliens in his sleep. You'd hear sounds like boop, boop. Keep meat boop.
Sounds like he's talking to robots.
He's talking to Adam when Adam's a robot. Shryokin.
Shryokin.
Okay.
Should have known.
I'm Beef Trainer says, at least the last time I sleep fought, I punched the wall instead of you. Woke my ass up from a dead sleep. Stupid nightmare. I almost says it's not the sun, it's a halo, because this man isn't safe putting up with this night warrior.
It's totally
That's
fucking true.
Funny. Let's see. Sherry Sue says, I tried to gift a sub to someone in particular and won't let me. I'm disappointed because the person was so sweet to me. Aww.
It looks like it lets you gift a sub to
give out a sub,
Boltway, but sometimes it only lets you gift out a sub to the community as a whole versus a specific person. So here's the thing that I want to mention, and I might just edit this back in. No, I'm not going to. This is just for you. This is just for the folks that watch live.
Is this
or pre-recorded? Yeah, it broke going through my mustache because it's very fucking thick. But I still have the tip, just the tip. So I used just the tip. All right. Anyways, like I was saying before, Robin had to see a squirrel and distract me immediately. When it comes to waking up out of your sleep and doing stuff, I've only ever had like 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6 instances of me speaking because I was so intensely in an argument. And then maybe once or twice while I actually moved. But it was like maybe moving my leg or like moving forward. It wasn't like a full-blown motion. And I've told this story before on the show. But there was an instant in one of my apartments that I lived in where I came home one night and my switchblade that I had tucked away in my closet was open and on my floor. And I was like, that's really creepy because that means someone came in here and saw it. And I was like, maybe it was my brother. Maybe it was like a friend of mine who came in who had to like cut something open, or I don't know. It could have been any of those things because some people had keys to my apartment. And I was like, either way, it's really creepy. So I closed it, and then my lights would start flickering on in the hallway. And I was like, it's bad electrical.
Demons.
For sure, it's bad electrical. No big deal. And then I had a night where I fell asleep, and I was laying there, and I woke up because the lights started flickering. And I got up, and I turned them on, and I turned them off because that's usually what took care of it. And I laid back down. And as I was starting to fall asleep, I've told this story before, but as I was laying down like this, I felt 2 things push into the mattress right here. Like something just fell and was standing over me. And I just laid there and thought about the fact that there was no way someone could jump up from the side of the bed and land directly over me in the middle of the bed and be standing there.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know what that was, but it was something. And as I'm contemplating, my mind was going a mile a minute. And I thought to myself, like, the only thing that you can do is just launch yourself at it. Because if it's someone that's here to kill you, they're going to kill you. And if you're just going to lay here, then you're going to die. So I was terrified. And I just decided to throw myself forward. And I did that and opened my eyes. And as I opened my eyes, there's nothing above me. And I flew off my bed and landed on the floor and rolled into the wall. I bring that up because I never move when I wake up from a dream or a nightmare. So what I felt that night was real. And that is what I think about when I think about that story is it wouldn't have been a dream because if it was a dream and I tried to launch myself forward out of my dream, I would have sat up at most. But I would not have launched out of the bed like I did, which is the only thing I could have managed is if I were awake.
Do you think, or do you ever think it could have been somebody who broke into your house and was like, I'm going to use this guy as some fat material, was standing over you, just vigorously doing his thing.
In 6 seconds, and he disappeared and jizzed at the same time.
No. And then, you didn't know if he was there or not, right? What if you had sat up really fast and just smashed face first into a rock-hard penis?
No, I've literally never thought of that. I don't know how I've never thought of that. I would have been fine, though. I would have ripped that dude's dick off.
Nice.
Thanks for that, Robin.
You're welcome.
I like how people act like I'm the creepy one out of the two of us, and I say the stupider shit out of the two of us. It is 100% Robin, FYI.
Oh
God, I hate you sometimes. Have you ever thought about this terrifying sequence you're describing? A dick in your face. I don't know how I didn't edit that in there. I'm sorry. It's so weird that I didn't think about that. All right. Sherry Sue said to IMB Trainer, I tried to gift it to you. It might be because IMB Trainer may already be a sub. It bounced off and went to someone else. Yep. And he said, I wonder if it's because I'm already subbed. All right. So we're going to pause right there. And Robin is going to read the last story of the show. I'm going to move the chitter chatter to this window. I don't know why it stopped working when I was using my left hand, but it seemed to. Moving this over here. And I'm going to move Robin's story in front of her. Booyak. Asha. That's good. And now you get to read that. That's funny. We're on the website and it's like an actual video playing and it's just someone like, okay, there you go. I'm going to mark it and then you'll have to click back into the window. You'll have to do that anytime you make a mistake, by the way.
Jesus, okay. All right, so I'm going to read the final Pastatime creepypasta for the episode, and it is titled, also, just reminding you, Adam chose this one. It is called An Egg.
I chose this one because Robin didn't choose one for this week, so if it sucks, I guess it's my fault.
Yep, it is called An Egg, because eggs are terrifying, I'm sure. It goes, it was a car accident. Nothing particularly remarkable.
What is this voice you're doing? Your car accident voice?
But fatal, nonetheless. You left behind a wife and 2 children. It was a painless death. The EMTs tried their best to save you, but to no avail. Your body was so utterly shattered, you were better off. Trust me. And that's when you met me. What happened? You asked. Where am I? You died, I said matter-of-factly. No point mincing words. There was a truck and it was skidding. Yup, I said. I died? Yup, but don't feel bad about it. Everyone dies. You look around. There was nothingness, just you and me. What is this place? You asked. Is this the afterlife? More or less, I said. Are you God? You asked. Yep, I'm God. So matter-of-factly. My kids? My wife? What about them? Will they be all right? That's what I like to see, I said. You just died, and your main concern is for your family. That's good stuff right there. You looked at me with fascination. To you, I didn't look like God. I just looked like some man, some vague authority figure, more of a grammar school teacher than the Almighty. Don't worry, I said. You'll be fine. Or, you're dead. So,
you were doing really good, too. I thought you were going to one-shot this.
They'll be fine. Your kids will remember you as perfect in every way. They didn't have time to grow contempt for you. Your wife will cry on the outside, but will be secretly relieved.
Whoa.
I thought you said whoa about the traffic outside.
No, I said whoa about the secretly relieved thing.
How do I go back to the... Okay. To be fair, your marriage was falling apart. If it's any consolation, she'll feel very guilty for feeling relieved.
Oh, good.
Oh, you said. So what happens now? Do I go to heaven or hell or something? Neither, I said. You'll be reincarnated. Ah, so the Hindus are right. What the fuck? All the religions are right in their own way. Walk with me. You followed along as we strolled in the void. Where are we going? Nowhere in particular. It's just nice to walk while we talk. So what's the point then, you asked? When I get reborn, I'll just be a blank slate, right? A baby? So all my experiences and everything I did in this life won't matter? Not so! You have within you all the knowledge and experiences of all your past lives. You just don't remember them right now. This seems like a very, I don't know, religion heavy one.
It was called an egg, which is why I picked it, because it didn't seem so serious.
Yeah. I stopped walking and took you by the shoulders. Your soul is more magnificent, beautiful, and gigantic than you can possibly imagine. A human mind can only contain a tiny fraction of what you are. It's like sticking your finger in a glass of water to see if it's hot or cold. You put a tiny part of yourself into the vessel, and when you bring it back out, you've gained all the experiences it had. You've been a human for the last 34 years, so you haven't stretched out yet and felt the rest of your immense consciousness. If we hung out here for longer, you'd start remembering everything, but there's no point doing that between each life. How many times have I been reincarnated then? Oh, lots. Lots and lots, and into lots of different lives. This time around, you'll be a Chinese peasant girl in 540 AD.
I like this non-cyclical time
Yes.
reincarnation, which I've talked about before on the show.
It's
Time isn't a
timey-wimey,
straight line. It's a flat circle.
wibbly wobbly. Wait, what? You're sending me back in time? Well, I guess technically, time, as you know it, only exists in your universe. Things are different where I come from. Where do you come from? Oh, sure, I come from somewhere else, and there are others like me. I know you'll want to know what it's like there, but you honestly won't understand. Oh, you said, a little let down. But wait, if I get reincarnated to other places in time, could I have interacted with myself at some point? Sure, happens all the time. And with both lives only aware of their own time span, you don't even know what's happening. So what's the point of it all? Seriously? I asked. Seriously, you're asking me for the meaning of life? Isn't that a little stereotypical? What? Do people always ask that? What's the meaning of life?
I've never talked to God before, so.
Oh. I look in your eye.
Nope. Well, it's a reasonable question.
Well, this is a weird story. Well, it's a reasonable question. I looked in your eye. The meaning of life, the reason I made this whole universe, is for you to mature. You mean mankind? You want us to mature? No, just you. I made this whole universe for you. With each new life, you grow and mature and become a larger and greater intellect. Just me? What about everyone else? There is no one else. In this universe, there's just you and me.
Holy shit.
You stared blankly at me, but all the people on Earth, all you, different incarnations of you. Wait, I'm everyone? Now you're getting it, I said with a congratulatory slap on the back. I'm every human who ever lived, or who will ever live, yes. I'm Abraham Lincoln, and you're John Wilkes Booth too, I added.
Oh, wow.
I'm Hitler, and you're the millions he killed. What the? This story's getting intense. I'm Jesus, and you're everyone who followed him. You fell silent. Every time you victimized someone, you were victimizing yourself. Every act of kindness you've done to yourself. Every happy and sad moment ever experienced by any human was or will be experienced by you. Why? Why do all this? Because someday you will become like me, because that's what you are. You're one of my kind. You're my child. Whoa, you said incredulous. You mean I'm a god? No, not yet. You're a fetus. You're still growing. Once you've lived every human life throughout all time, you will have grown enough to be born. So the whole universe, you said, it's just an egg of sorts, I answered. Now it's time for you to move on to your next life. And with that, I sent you on your way. It's a weird story. That one's by Andy Weir.
I really fucking like that story.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
a good concept, and it's not something that I've heard churned out like a million times before.
It is very unique. I will say that. It's a very unique idea that you are everyone.
It's a really good idea of the fact that it's like everything that you do in life is visited upon yourself in some way, shape, or form, like at some point or another. I also like the idea that to become something that's like an ascended being And since time, like he mentions, doesn't exist anywhere but our universe, like in that sort of story that he's built out for that,
Right.
it really doesn't matter how long it would take, because time is just a construct that we use that would not be happening to a celestial being. So I think it's super fucking cool, in fact. So good stuff.
Yeah.
Good job, Adam. I can't believe you picked that. Well, thanks, Adam. I appreciate that. So it's also weird to think that anytime you've ever made out with someone, you're making out with yourself. It's like the universal equivalent of like pretending to make out with someone when you're like in a locker, but you have your arms just wrapped around you. You ever done that?
No.
She acts like it's the weirdest thing in the world to tell.
I can't even reach my arms that far.
Really? Nailed it.
Ow. Oh, pulled muscle.
She forgot that she had a bad arm right now. So
oh, it hurts so bad.
Either way, shout out to Andy Weir. I thought that was a great story. So good stuff. If you folks would like to suggest any creepypastas or send some your way of yours our way, email pastatime@scaryish.com.
Thank you so much.
All right. Shout out to Chunkster, who just donated 5,000 bits and said, "Woo! Let's get this donation goal coming."
So much.
That would be
donation. That's $50.
$50. We have $51 dues right now towards the month's
Okay, so
goal.
what is the goal? What are we doing this month?
Here's what I think. Since Chunkster just gave us quite a bit of a donation, Chunkster, what do you think is the best thing for us to do? You think I should set up a camera and do a VR stream where you can see the game and you can see whatever idiot has the headset on at the time? Or should we do another cooking stream? Should we do something totally original? I don't know. Let us know what you think. Because, I mean, that's a big donation.
Yeah, we're going to have you be the one responsible to help us
No,
choose
you
what
can
you
help
want.
us with it if you want to say, like, here's a suggestion, but you don't have to do this. That is absolutely possible, too. ASB only says, I am still here. I'm just cleaning my room for tomorrow because I realized my webcam shows way too much of my messy room. That's hilarious. Robin and I will likely be in the exact seats we are in right now. We're doing a D&D one-shot. Tomorrow, Captain Fake Eye is going to be the Dungeon Master. Several spooky friends will be joining us, and we are going to record it and hopefully put it up as some extra content, not only for our show, but if Captain Fake Eye wants to put it up on her show as well. So I'm really fucking excited. I've never played a bard before, and I min-max my character. I always min-max my character, and I suck at combat for the first time in a few years.
Adam made a really dumb... he made his character -1
in intelligence.
But
But that way, I could be, I think, +4 in charisma. Maybe it's just +3. When you do point buy, I don't think you can get to +4 unless you have
the whole time
bonuses.
he's just going to be singing Toss a Coin to Your Witcher.
No. I have a list of songs.
No.
So if I'm made to sing, it's going to be stuff that will definitely get us copyright struck on YouTube, but I'm not going to be pitch perfect.
I'll just post it to Patreon.
And I won't sing it for longer than 5 seconds, so we're not going to get a hit. So I'm very excited about that. Ginseng Joe says, do you ever wonder what's going on inside of their heads? I wonder if it's our heads that you're talking about right now. Scrolling.
You don't want to know what goes on inside my head.
My head is usually just like, this is going to be so fucking hard to edit. That was a really good story, though. And in the way that you read it, because I think we only had like 3 marks. Winter Girl 93 says, trigger warning, animals. Oh, no. A few years ago, was dead asleep, felt a wave of cold over me, and shot up awake, looked over. Our dog passed away in my room on his favorite spot with his head resting on the air vent on the floor. That's so sad. My aunt was doing Thanksgiving dinner, and they were all just sitting there, and suddenly she just felt like really sad, and she looked over, and her dog, who was laying in their bed next to the dinner table, who had just laid down next to them, passed away while they were eating Thanksgiving dinner. So that does tend to happen.
So sad.
It is very sad.
Maya said, I laughed so hard and startled my husky Casper. Let's see.
People giving ASP Bunny congrats, which means I scrolled past something. I think it's about getting into university.
Oh, got into university and will be studying a Bachelor of Arts. Congratulations.
Laura Ann said, what a strange story. Vivian said, I'm here. Why is Adam complimenting himself? Because I had to pick Robin's story for her. And we thought it was going to suck, but it actually turned out to be kind of good.
They also said they're learning how to crochet. Good
luck. That is so
fucking
crazy. Today we had a training session for anyone who wanted to join across the entire company to learn to crochet.
Is it really?
And they sent crochet kits to everyone.
Why didn't you volunteer?
Because I didn't see the email for it.
Oh.
So plus we already have a bunch of crochet shit. Gonna scroll.
Ginseng just says Chunkster choose pasta salad cooking stream.
That's funny. I Am Beef Trainer says, that makes the latest Loki episode just weirder. I am really enjoying Loki, by the way.
Glitch says, I wonder when that Robin's vlogs will come. I have the stuff recorded. We need to clean up the office again so that we...
the camera.
So we need to clean up the office again so that we can record the final walkthrough of the clean, nice office.
I mean, it's not like it's really that messy.
It's not that messy.
Take 5 minutes to pick up whatever is annoying you.
Yeah. But then I can...
says, ooh, feels good to have this much power.
Yeah.
LOL.
And then I can give the stuff to Liz and she can stitch it together. Or I can finally learn how to edit video. I don't know. Ooh.
Foxbat over there on YouTube says, hello, I am back after a long time away. Welcome back, Foxbat. We appreciate you coming back. Captain Fake Guy said, yay, this will be fun. I'm really fucking excited.
Captain Fake Guy says, listen, we'll be combat light and roleplay heavy.
That's why I min-max my character for roleplay. And also, all my spells are utilitarian in nature. I have no attack spells.
I love combat. But I'm very good at roleplay because I drive Adam nuts.
Well, when I'm a DM, she drives the story away from what I have prepared, which is, I convey frustration because it's hilarious when I'm frustrated. But I love where the story goes because it makes me have to improv along the way. And if I have stuff prepared, it's like, best example I can give. The first session they played, it was her and 3 of our friends. I had this amazing story plan for an airship. I was like, hey, you guys are part of the Kingsguard. You've been dispatched to this spot in the middle of fucking nowhere, podunk town that's having some serious issues. They won't even tell you what it's about. Just get there and get it taken care of. And they've given you free passage on the brand new airship that was just constructed by the greatest minds in the kingdom. And they're like, we're taking horses. I was like, it'll take 5 times as long to take horses. You're going to have to traverse all the terrain and stop off at every town because you're a Kingsguard and you're going to have to check on the piece. Like, we're fucking taking horses. I was like, are you sure? Like, I have this airship design. They're like, how much is a fucking horse? I'm like, y'all have horses, whatever. Just do whatever you want. But then everything I had planned for the airship just wound up being something they discovered in each town along the way. They never got to the town I was trying to send them to. Literally ever. We played for like 6 or 7 sessions at least. They never fucking got to it before the game.
Are you talking about the vampire one we did?
No, this one wasn't a vampire one.
Okay.
It was the one with Chris being a rogue who bought a tent so he could hide all the stuff he was stealing from his friends.
Chunkster says, I'll think of something, but the cooking one was super fun and I missed it last time. We let the cooking stream.
I wouldn't mind doing another cooking one.
Neff Core says, hello everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Iron Beef Tree says, dang, I'm working till 11 tomorrow night. We are not streaming it. So
yeah, it won't be streamed.
Yeah, it's not going to be streamed.
It'll be recorded.
And
disseminated.
Audio-wise.
Vivian says, my friend is teaching a bunch of people in my friend group how to play D&D. I want to be a cleric. Clerics are really fun because you can take damage, but you can also heal. So, and you get some really crazy strong spells the higher in levels you get.
Vivian says, I'm using a crochet kit. It's funny because I never even considered crocheting, but today, as a whim, I decided to try to learn. Nice.
Winter Girl says, we knew he was going to pass away when he wouldn't eat an Oreo. Oreos were his favorite thing. LOL.
Wait. But
shouldn't give Oreos to a dog, though.
Oreos are chocolate.
Oreos are chocolate.
Don't give it to your dog.
I know that milk chocolate is not nearly as poisonous to a dog as dark chocolate. I know that. Still, it's like, if I give my dog an Oreo, I'll be cleaning up some nasty-ass diarrhea for like 2 or 3 days.
Our dog eats any little thing and she throws up. Our dog Yui likes watermelon.
Oh, she loves it.
So we give her seedless watermelon because you're not supposed to give your dog seeds.
Or the rind.
Do not give your dog the watermelon rind. But she likes seedless watermelon.
Vivian said, it's funny because I never even considered crocheting, but today, on a whim, I decided to try and learn. That's kind of how, like, some of your favorite, I don't remember you saying that, your favorite habits and hobbies pop up that way.
Chunkster says, so people, I need your opinion. I was wondering for the next goal, should Adam and Robin do a bartender cocktail stream?
That would be fucking sweet. We would get so drunk.
I know, we would get so fucked up.
I would wear a ridiculous fucking outfit and look like a bartender.
The Pokemon Cafe,
so I can't wear an outfit?
I guess you could wear an outfit, but you have to wear
bartender outfit?
But you have to wear the apron too. It's like the cafe apron that's half. So you wear like a nice button-up shirt and like black slacks or something, and then you have the little cafe apron.
I guess Robin's dressing me, so
be cute.
All right.
I could wear it. It doesn't matter.
Ghost Hug says, just don't prepare. No, I always have tons of stuff in my back pocket. I tend to not do well if I have to do 100% improv. Captain Fake Guy says, though I will say when people roleplay really well, I give them advantage for stuff. Meaning if you actually do a really vicious mockery, I will give you advantage, LOL. Also, I like to charm person people. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, so you're going to use it against me. But that is one of my favorite things to do is like, oh, this is dialogue heavy? Okay, well, say hello to my new fucking best friend, you. And it's just hilarious to do. Let's keep scrolling here.
I'm listener says, Captain Fake Guy, as a doctor who also plays D&D, do people always try to make you the healer? They said I never play the healer. That's funny. Though I feel like a cleric might be fun. I've done Bard and Paladin, who are both kind of healers, I guess. They're capable of healing and buffs. And well,
I mean, clerics are healers, but I've met a lot of tanky clerics because you can wear plate. You typically have a shield. So your AC is super high, and your constitution can tend to get up there as well. So,
Vivian says, "I made a hat for my friend's dog. That's so cute. It doesn't really fit him, but it's more like a beret. That's cute."
Funny.
Chunkster says, "Ooh, Adam and Robin's approval seal." Yeah, I think
that's what we're gonna have there for now, unless you think of a better idea and pitch it to us. Bartending stream would be super fun. Yeah, that'll be probably a little bit shorter than the cooking stream.
We should do like an appetizer or like a snacky to eat with drinks. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Like I'd
rather serve it than prepare it and
like a bar mix.
I think we should also have like guests that we're serving drinks to, and they can rate our cocktails that we're serving.
That's
like
a good idea.
We can have my mom, we can have Spooky Mom, Spooky Sis, Spooky Aunt, 911 Girl. Those three I think would be a good panel right there. Mm-hmm. So that would be fun. I would really like to do this. In fact,
we could have the Snarked come and judge them too, because
so now we're up to 4 people, 4 judges.
Just because Larry's also like a mixologist, so it's like.
I mean, I'm not going to make anything that should be compared to a mixologist. I'm going to make something that tastes like, I don't know, turpentine,
a raspberry lemon tart.
Get you wrong. She wants to bring in professional judges now and shit. I'm like, I would totally serve the Snark. She's like, yeah, but it's because Larry's a mixologist. It's like, do not weigh my drinks that heavily. Vivian said, yeah, I heard clerics mixes a bit of combat with healing, which fits my Gemini ass. That's hilarious. Maya says, I think that is
Mel. I don't know who that is.
Emoticon. No. Me.
Me.
LOL.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
All right, so let's start up marbles on stream.
Marbles. All right, let's get it going.
So,
911
Girl says, I'll also need food so I don't pass out drunk.
That's hilarious.
Okay, so we're going to start up Marbles on Stream. If you folks are new to our stream, Marbles on Stream is an activity that we like to do at the end of our story times, Pastatimes episodes. And it's just a way for us to kind of wind down from reading all the stories.
Just in case something involved miscarriages or universal reincarnation.
And it's just a free thing that we like to do with our spooky friends. And it's an opportunity for you folks to win like a Scaryish sticker or coaster or something that I can mail out to you. So
start the vote and ! Vote, then a space, then the number that goes with the track you would like to race.
If y'all are on YouTube, you can jump on over to twitch.tv/Scaryish Podcast. It is free to create a Twitch account. And it's unfortunately it doesn't work with YouTube. It only works with Twitch. So it's something that you have to be over here on Twitch to use. I don't want to hear my voice. Thank you very much. So if you're on YouTube, hop on over. It's free to make a Twitch account, and it's just more interaction that we get to have with you folks. And a little more time at the end of the night for us to talk to you. And yeah, it's just fun. It's a little marble game. You get a marble in there, and it kind of runs this track. And the winner of each race gets a Scaryish sticker. So it's kind of cool. I'm Beatrice says, sorry, I was enjoying ice cream and fresh berries for dessert. I like Chunkster's idea of bartending stream.
Cool.
I was says, I like Bartender Robin, or I feel like Bartender Robin would just dump a bunch of drinks together and see what happens.
Yep.
That's what I do each stream. And I mean, I will...
I would love to have a panel of people to tell her drinks taste terrible.
Okay, so what I do is I think of flavors, right? I think flavors and what would go together. And that's how I just create
But she goes by the flavor of the booze and not by the booze. So it's like she thinks the flavors of strawberry and lemon, but it's
raspberry.
But it's like those are vodka, and limoncello. It's like certain things are fine when it comes to if it's just the fruit flavor, but a lot of times, like, you know, flavored vodkas just wind up tasting like vodka.
But it did taste like flavors today.
Tasted like vodka.
So it was vanilla vodka, raspberry vodka, limoncello, and then lemon drop mix. So it was very delicious.
Hard pass.
To me. Mostly vodka. Because even limoncello is just like lemons in vodka. Well, limoncello is like simple syrup lemons.
I'm excited to have a panel of judges.
Glitch says, can I get an extra marble, for the murder?
Oh, that's hilarious. You get a marble on the track for each person you've murdered in real life. So everyone has one, which is kind of creepy.
Thank you so much, Vivian, for joining us. ASB Bunny says, yeah, and she would say it tastes good even though it doesn't. No, I'll tell you when it tastes bad. Because sometimes I make drinks that I'm like, ew, it's awful.
All right, so it's looking like Twisted Toothpick is going to be our track. On average, it takes 1:45 for non-spooky friend people to complete it. 1:55 for spooky friends. The record is held by Feedback, and in 1:13 is the world record. Feedback is 1:31. Let's go ahead and jump in there and see who can break that record.
Toss a coin to your witcher.
Like, that song is almost certainly going to be part of it. I don't know if I'm actually going to have to sing or perform at any point, but if it winds up happening, I'll make sure I just sing some stupid bullshit.
Like what?
Basically,
like stuff like Keith sings, just random.
No,
shit.
I'm not going to make up my own songs, but I'm just gonna sing like earworm songs, cheesy fucking songs.
Just
Toss a coin to your witcher, Wonderwall, maybe every Nickelback song ever made. We'll see what happens with it.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do.
But I'll sing it in high chant. I really wish the Snark were here. I'm making a lot of fucking references to Wheel of Time. Also, there's a Wheel of Time character who is a bard. He's a court bard who sings on a harp, which is why it was important for me to have a harp. And his name is Tom Maryland. Tom is spelled Thom. And my character's name is Tim Maryland, Tom's long lost brother, spelled Tihm. So their parents had a trait of giving them unnecessary H's in their names. But I'm not nearly as talented as Tom. Or deadly. Tom is fucking sweet. Tom's basically a rogue who plays a harp in the game. Or excuse me, in the books. All right. We got 16 marbles right now. We're about to take off. Ginseng Joe says, is this the Indiana track? 3D Cornfields? Might be. All right. We are off to the races. Let's see what it looks like. Pretty straightforward track aside from the tornado funnel at the end of it. Did Robin not get in? No, she got in.
Yeah, I got in.
She's in first place. She's just not in her Twitch app right now. Of course, she's in first place. Look at those knees. So what?
Yeah, check out my knees. Those knobby knees. My knees are much more meaty now, but
they're about the same. Trust my ribs when I tell you, Robin's knees are still very bony. All right. It looks like Feedback's Ghost Ball is showing off how they took first place. ASB Bunny is currently in the lead with I'm What's for Dinner following up in second. Feedback, the record holder, took the other way, so I'm not sure if the other way is faster or if he just got lucky, but we will find out.
Hey, Mark, thank you for joining us over on Facebook. Let's see. So I'm What's for Dinner says Rickroll us all.
That's funny. Backing up to see who gets through first. Laura Ann gets through first right after songs? ASB Bunny right after Laura Ann. I am sure he has more songs that just might not be popular.
We're no strangers to love.
ASB Bunny has fallen off the track, unfortunately, which means Sherry Sue is now in first place.
Ooh, yee.
As long as nothing happens, you're doing pretty well. Oh my God, no! I'm What's for Dinner is now in first place. Pretty straight. Okay, and they got stopped by the rod, so they might be okay.
Jitsi just says, I wish there was a poop emoji on Twitch. There's not? That's weird.
That is weird. I think I'm What's for Dinner is going to take this victory, but not to take the track record. I have fallen off as well. Laura Ann is going to get second. IMB Trainer looks like they're going to take third. And then we'll see who gets fourth and fifth between Chunkster and Liz Betree, since they are pretty close together. Looks like Liz Betree's getting 4.
Mark says no cankles. I don't know. What do cankles look like? I don't think I have cankles.
You don't.
You know the rules, and so
it's when your heel connects to your calf. And it's just the same size. Killsma's like, I'm taking a dangerous route for 7th place. I don't think we're going to have anyone wiped away from the blue wave of death except for Glitch, because Glitch is pretty far back there. And this is actually a short track because it's so vertical.
Yeah.
But that accelerant definitely helped out. Let's follow up with Glitch and see if he manages to zigzag his way to the end without dying.
Ginseng says, Robin, you just activated my Google.
That's funny.
Do I have to say, is it like, hey, Google? Or is it like, oh, okay, Google?
Okay, you didn't activate ours, which I'm happy about. All right, I think Glitchy is going to complete this. And you will collect some points in the season, so it's not like it's for nothing.
I feel so bad for Sam, the Samsung assistant.
I know. You say it all the time.
I know.
She's been turned into a porn icon.
Yeah, it's
what you
nuts.
get for creating a like visual depiction of an assistant that does whatever you say.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, congratulations, I'm What's for Dinner, on taking home a victory. You are now up to 8 points on the season. Also type in ! merch. Click that link. Go to Robin's Kawaii Corner and find a Scaryish sticker that you would like.
DNF.
Reach out to us and let us know which one it is and where we can send it. So I'm What's for Dinner is up to 8 for the season. I am Beef Trainer is at 10. No one else is near there. However, it looks like I have 5. ASP Bunny has 3.
I got
has 2.
Big old 1.
Cursed Wolf has gone up to 2. Elizabeth Tree gained 2 points on that one too, which is nice to see. And Laura Ann is at 4. So let's get into the second and final voting session for a track tonight. So go ahead and type in ! vote, a space, and the track you would like to race.
Ginseng just says, DNF stands for damn it, no fuck. When your marble falls down.
It won't let me chat.
You know the rules.
Wouldn't want to hear it from any other guy. Oh
God, I'm so annoyed already. Stop it.
I won't sing that much. I should say I won't sing that loud. I will sing like an asshole though. I promise. All right, Raging Pin right now.
What is the one you always cry sing?
Not Clint Eastwood, but it's definitely a gorilla song. Feels Good Incorporated. Pretty sure. I cry sing a few songs where you can just like act like you're crying and have unintelligible lyrics, and it still sounds pretty good. I'm pretty sure it's Feel Good Incorporated. Right now, Raging Pin, which is track 12, is in the lead, but it's only got 3, so let's scroll past one more time before we choose that.
Glitch said, "Take me to church."
That's funny. That would work.
Glitch says, "Can I get a crystal skull to sell to Duke if I win?" That's hilarious. That's a Resident Evil reference. Oh, there's a new Resident Evil animation, like an anime show.
Were you watching it last night?
I watched.
You stayed up till 3:30 in the morning.
I started watch. I think I got to episode 2, but willing to restart the show and watch it again.
Is it good?
It looks so realistic.
Is it good? Final Fantasy in like 1999 looked pretty good, but that movie sucked.
Dude, dog. Oh man, I think it's all right. I mean.
All right, we got a tie for the track we're gonna race right now. 39 and 12, I think, are tied. So we'll let it keep scrolling.
ASB Bunny says Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Oh man, I don't know if I can sing that. However, the person who won last time, which was, I believe, I'm What's for Dinner, voted for the Boomerang. So if we scroll past one more time and there's still a tie, we go with the champion's vote. However, we scroll back to On Thin Ice and it's still in the lead, we will go with On Thin Ice.
Let's see. I'm Beef Trainer says, have we ever raced Pixels Death Valley? Yes, we have. Maya says, can't log into my Twitch account. That sucks. Reset password.
Yeah, I would recommend that as well.
Man. Yeah, that Resident Evil show looks good. Leon's in it, of course.
He's kind of an asshole, but he's about to fight with us, which you don't know. You missed out on so much. You should watch the stream to catch up.
With Leon in...
Yeah, he's on our side now. And I got like this crazy machine to go and fight.
But Leon hasn't been in the entire game.
Who has then? Chris Redfield?
It's Chris
Whoever the
Redfield.
fuck that is, that's the guy that we're going to go fight.
Okay.
We'll fight with. Excuse me.
Yeah, because...
It's on our side. All right, On Thin Ice is our track. It takes 2 minutes and 55 seconds on average for most folks to do. For us, it takes 3 minutes and 40 seconds. World record, the Scaryish record is 3:23, held by Glitch. 2:58 is the world record, held by Uncle Edith. So let's go ahead and jump in there and take Glitch's record from him.
Ginseng Joe says, this track decision is on thin ice. That's funny. Glitch says Leon's not in the game. Yeah, we discerned that. That's why I was like, Leon wasn't in the game so far.
This is my first Resident Evil. I'm just naming off characters that I've heard of in this series. So
he's from Resident Evil 4, I think. But yeah, he's in this show as this guy that comes out of nowhere and starts saving people because it's just this whole thing in the first episode. But yeah, we'll watch it. We'll watch it tonight, maybe. Oh, sorry.
Thank you all for joining us on Thursday. Makes me feel good. You gave a shout out to Roots808, right?
No.
Thank you, Roots808, for following us over there on Twitch.
So much.
We appreciate it.
Oh,
Maya said, I did. I got a pop-up saying something went wrong. That's weird. It's got to be something with Twitch.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, it's got to be a Twitch thing.
I'm What's for Dinner says, I'm coming for that record, Glitch. Glitch also said, Leon's in 2, 3, and 4.
Nice. And he has the same hair since then.
We got 16 marbles in this race, which I think is the exact number we had last time, too.
The thing about Leon's hair, I'm just like, get a freaking haircut. Because how are you supposed to fight zombies with hair in your face all the time? You know? Like, it's impossible to see anything. Dangerous.
All right, let's check out this track and see what it looks like. Scrolling over here. Huh. I think we have done this one before. I do remember it. I mean, obviously we have. Glitch has the record. I just don't know why it's so long. But Kills was like, I'm coming for that mother effing record. Let's do this. Curse Wolf is right there along with 911 Girl as well. We're basically going to be on a ski slalom with rocks being shot at us, so that will be interesting.
Oh, yeah. Remember when we were talking about slaloms last time?
And you didn't know the word? Yes, I do remember.
I don't really watch Winter Olympics. We always just watch the normal Olympics, and then I'll watch ice skating. And that's about it.
Fair enough. Robin's currently in first place. Lots of rocks.
Throw me down that... Oh, shit. What?
Let's see who gets... Oh, Ginseng Joe got down there first. It's not letting me go to Ginseng Joe for whatever reason, but they are definitely in first place. Fuck this. I'm going to go around.
ASB Bunny says, if I were fighting zombies, I wouldn't want to see them either. That's hilarious.
Especially when they're like people you might know. And a little bit of hair in the face. Some bangs covering your eyes might be helpful. Cursed Wolf is now in first place, significantly so, but I believe there's going to be several spots that are going to have some rocks that'll slow him down on his descent.
All I'm hearing is, whatchamacallit, Gollum, but slalom, like slalom.
I haven't even said the word slalom.
In the beginning you did.
I said it one time.
Yeah, I know.
How are you still hearing Gollum?
Slalom.
All right, there we go. Cursed Wolf has ran into some rocks. And right now, everyone's trying to catch up.
Ginseng just says, I got so happy when I made it in the hole first. That's what she said.
Wow.
God damn it.
All right, Ginseng Joe was able to clear it. Nope. Took us to Sherry Sue for some reason. This thing has really serious problems tracking who's in first fucking place. I'm just saying. It's Ginseng Joe.
They look like, not sleds. What's the word?
Skis.
Little tube skis.
All right. See, if you come... Okay.
Okay.
If your ball winds up falling down in front of the person who just, like, landed on that ramp...
Yeah.
It's not, like, all of a sudden you become in
first,
front. Exactly. Yeah. But it goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I think Ginseng Joe is still in first place right now, though, because he is...
Looks like it.
Down on the bottom one.
So
we will follow Ginseng Joe as soon as it registers. There we go.
Look at all of them pokies.
Taking a pretty good angle around the pokies, as Robin calls them. Although it did slow Ginseng Joe down quite a bit.
Way ahead, though, dude. Like, that's way ahead.
Is he ahead of Glitch's record setting pace?
Yep.
Look at... Well ahead.
Wow.
I think this record might be in trouble, Glitch.
ASB Bunny says, Baby Bunnyfish is here. Hello.
Hello, Baby Bunnyfish. Oh, wrong way, Ginseng Joe.
No.
This is only going to help out Chunkster.
Catching up.
And me, here I come. And there's Glitch Grimm's ball. This record might be getting safer as we speak. Chunkster has a lot of momentum. You got to make the jump. I forgot about that. Can you make the jump? Are you tough enough?
Winner.
Congratulations, Ginseng Joe.
Oh, goodbye, Chunkster.
Goodbye, Chunkster. Congratulations, me. I go into second place. I also beat Glitch's record. Hashtag just saying. All right.
Glitch says, I'm not happy about this.
This is funny. I didn't know there was a sign on this. Oh, track designed by Woodrio 2.
Woodrio?
Oh, poor Laura Ann. What, that didn't look like a W?
It's an H.
It looked like a W to me. Hydrio. All right. Good stuff. We'll let everyone else try and make the jump and collect some points. Actually, I think the last person to collect points would be Sherry Sue at the 10th position, but we'll see if you guys left over can make the jump. Donosaur says, nah, good dog. Killsma makes it in. Last person to come down is Lizbatree. I think the left track is the more dangerous one for missing the jump. Confirmed by Lizbatree. So you want to be on the right side for sure.
Thank you so much, Ginseng Joe. Or not thank you so much. Congratulations.
Type in exclamation point merch. Click that link. Go to Robin's Quiet Corner. You know the deal.
Yes.
Pick a sticker. Let us know which one and where to send it. Ginseng Joe goes up to 6 points in the season.
Glitch says I'm about to get 2 new marbles tonight.
That's funny.
A reference to the first story we read in this episode.
The murders.
It's funny.
Ginseng's at 6. I'm at 9. ASP Bunny's now at 6. I'm What's for Dinner is now at 9. IMB Trainer's at 10. Gonna finish the night still in the lead, which is nice to see.
ASP Bunny says, okay, gotta go. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us. See you tomorrow.
All right, y'all. That was fun. Marbles is always a good time. Let's go
Yeah.
ahead and shift back to our normal screen while I get this thing shut down. Ginseng Joe says, I happily passed my victory swig to Malum. I don't collect on these, and I don't know who was in third place because I just got rid of the list.
I think it's Chunkster?
I think it was Chunkster. So Chunkster, if you want to collect the prize.
Oh, no. Chunkster flew off.
Shit.
I'm sorry. It was
Can't trust you with anything, Robin.
I don't fucking remember. Fuck.
I'll watch the VOD, and I will message whoever it was because they get to collect the prize. So, cool. Good stuff. Going to back out of the game, and we're going to just go ahead and do the outro for the show. Another long show. So, all right. I'm going to mark it, and here we go. Fuck.
So thank you to everybody who sent their pastas to us, their actual stories that they wrote.
They took the time to write a fictional piece and send it in to us, which was super fun. And the Monsters Inc. one, I think Robin sent Robin through the roof. That was super cool.
And thank you to everybody who writes these creepypastas for all of us to enjoy, because they're really good.
Indeed. So if you have a story, one more time, email pastatime@scaryish.com. If you have a story that actually happened, like a true ghost story that you would like to share with us so that can go on the Storytime episodes, you can email storytime@scaryish.com. If you want to reach out to us for either or, you can hit us up on our social medias. Facebook is facebook.com/scaryish podcast. Twitter is @scaryish_pod, and Instagram is @scaryish_podcast. Robin, for folks who would like to donate to us, how can they do so?
You can go to patreon.com/Scaryish Podcast. Those are monthly donations. Tiers start at $1. This weekend, I'll be packaging all the Nightcrawler keychains, the Fresno Nightcrawler keychains, to mail out to all our Badge of Honor patrons and above. And if you're not into the monthly donation thing, you can always go to Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/Scaryish Podcast. And those are one-time donations. All your donations go to helping us upgrade our studio setup, kind of keep us going, allow us to make more merch for you folks, and have more time to kind of do what we do. And we really couldn't be here without you.
Indeed. So thank you so much to everyone who sent in stories, everyone who listened, everyone who viewed. We appreciate all of you. Sincerely, we do. So that's everything we have for Pasta Time. Number 11, Robin, go ahead and sign us out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.